one. Jump scare! Hi, everybody. Welcome to the...
Jesus Christ. Please.
Are you done?
One more second.
Yeah,
okay, I'm done.
Hi,
You told me
gamer.
to do it.
Listen, I did, but I was like, you were not joining us in our symphony of yawning noises, and then you bust the fuck out of into the chat immediately with the biggest one.
I was saving it for later.
I see. I see. But yes, hi everybody. Welcome to the yawn stream. We were having yawns before the stream started. We were just hanging out in the voice chat and making yawning noises at each other, and Zoe was very upset about it.
when did I say that I was upset?
You said that you do not wish to know us anymore. I think that
I
counts
said I
as
was
upset.
embarrassed to know you. Very different.
Yeah.
You're gonna break my little heart, Zoe.
No, it's fine. It's
Zoe
fine.
B hates us. I'm gonna make a Google Doc right now.
No,
Call out
please.
post in a twit longer.
It has come to my attention that I have said some things that were hurtful, and I am deeply sorry. I am
Apology video
reaching
boring.
out to my resources, and I will do better in the future.
Ukulele.
Thank you.
Can you
Work out
do
the
better
ukulele.
right now though? Because we
No,
still
I
have
need
3
to bring
hours
out a
of stream left.
ukulele.
So this is your PR guy. You need your ukulele.
Where's the ukulele, Zoe? Come on.
No, please.
Zoe, if you want the people to like you, you have to use the ukulele.
Oh no!
And you gotta put it on Spotify, Zoe.
Wait, no, it's a harpsichord now. We got to use harpsichords.
Oh! You gotta play a sad violin while you're apologizing. I know it's gonna make you kind of contort your head in a weird way, but...
Please, I don't know any of these instruments.
This feels like a reference that is going way over my head.
Trust me, you're fine not knowing. Anyway, hi gamers!
Hi.
Hi.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
drawing today! We're streaming and not just riffing off each other like we usually do. We are live on the internet and I'm drawing other people's D&D characters. So this is
True.
the first, I think, third or fourth stream in a little while where I'm drawing everybody's D&D characters for our eventual big D&D video. And eventually these will all be part of it. But because like the actual video is gonna be like very loosely sketchy storyboard type drawings. But I'm giving all of the main characters like little splash screens for their intros. And since I'm fully rendering and coloring those, I figured those would be easy to do on stream because I could zone out and just talk to my friends while I do it. So I've got 3 left and we can maybe finish 2 more today. We shall see. I'm gonna start with Barb then because like there's no way that Ron's gonna show up. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Ronathan. He's too busy with
He's
work
way
to ever
too
come to
busy.
these.
Poor lad.
Poor man.
Ron has to work like at least 2 jobs. If you folks want to support our boy Ron so he doesn't have to work 2 shitty jobs, go to what's his podcast like? Hold on, wait a second.
Shit. I'm sorry,
Just
you
a
don't
little
know
guy.
the name of your friend's podcast?
Oh my! Well, it is just a little guy. I just don't know if he has a different name for it. I knew he had like a consolidated link somewhere. Give me a second. Where
You have,
did he
like,
send
a
it to me?
link tree or something.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking of. Where's I bet you he has it on Blue Sky. Give me half a moment. You guys carry on being witty and charming like you usually do.
Yeah.
The gremlin noises.
I'm not gonna engage in this silly voice.
Okay, then you
behavior.
can leave. Zoe, if you don't like us, you can just leave. You know. I open up. Oh! No, Zoe! Zoe, no!
Instant regret. Oh, here's Ron's.
Alright, was that a convincing enough length of time that I was gone?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I just looked at chat and I have a bit of a troll question for today.
Yeah.
Chat asks, who likes pineapple pizza? Any thoughts on that?
It is the Canadian shame.
I feel very strongly about pineapple on pizza. I think that if you do not like it, you are a coward.
First of all, I don't
Ooh,
like
that's-
pineapple. Is the
That's a
problem?
spice there.
And the only I do like a pineapple on pizza actually if it comes with jalapeno.
Well, I don't like spicy food because I am
Well,
very white. And I have a very low spice tolerance, believe it or not.
Same. I'm making Barbfin flexing because he's our beefy himbo.
I just spammed the link to Ron's thing.
And now
in
it's
a
getting
little bit.
covered up with pineapple on pizza discourse.
I will spam it again. You guys go here if you want to help our buddy Ron. It's very important. He's great, and we would love for him to not have to do stuff.
Or do less stuff at the very least.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So he
he's
could come
working,
to
what,
my-
two, 3 jobs, something like that? Too many.
Too many. Far too many. I've been there.
Anyway, Ronathan plays our beloved himbo barbarian, Captain Barbfin Coralbeard. His first name is Captain. Barbfin is his middle name. Coralbeard is his last name.
Yes, Captain.
And he's
Captain
a captain.
Barbfin.
We love him.
We do. He is our himbo, and he is an icon.
Yes.
Icon of the Sword Coast, truly.
Yes. He's unfortunately not going to be too heavily featured in the video, or at least not in part 1, because Ron usually had to leave our sessions early because of the many jobs he has to work. But part 2, we should have him in there more, so that will be nice. Well, Milo, are you being a menace? Get off my computer! She like did a cute little meow, and I looked down just in time to see her like model runway stepping on top of my computer, and I'm like, can you not?
You know that there is a word for that?
What?
Catwalk.
I'm sorry, that caught me off guard.
And a
I feel
catwalk.
like I should leave the chat now.
She turns off your computer on the catwalk.
No. We can't be doing this. Milo, you need to get out from under my desk because you're only there to cause problems. You already disconnected my mixer once today. Do we need to do this
Yes.
again, kitten?
This poor cat is just wanting to cause issues, and Star isn't letting her, which
She's
honestly,
Here
canceled.
to cause problems on
Cancel this one.
purpose. It is her life's dream and ambition to cause problems on purpose. She had like the craziest zoomies last night too.
I love kitten zoomies.
She was just like fucking zooming around. She's one of those cats where when she gets the zoomies and I'm moving from room to room, she has to be in the room I'm going to before me. She has to zoom the fuck in front of me. And she's like, oh, we're going into the bedroom now? Okay. And then she like runs in front of me and she like jumps up on the bed and screams at me. And I'm like, Milo, this is unnecessary. And she's like, meh! And then if I like walk into the bathroom, she's like, oh, we're going into the bathroom? Okay. And she like fucking jumps off the bed and she runs into the bathroom and she like jumps like up on the tub and she stares at me and she's like, meh! And I'm like, okay. And then I walk out into the living room to like get some water before bed or something and she's like, oh my God, we're going into the other room. And I'm like, why do you have so much energy, Milo? It is like 5 minutes. I'm going to be asleep in 5 minutes. And she's like, meh! She is just a freaking creature. I love her, but she has far too much energy sometimes. Y'all are being so quiet today. Run out of things to talk about.
Well, never when I'm around to make fun of.
True.
Hmm?
Can you believe this guy? He's made of corn. This
I
man
am
can't go
entirely-
outside in the
Cringe.
evening because the deers will chase him. They'll be like, oh shit,
Wow.
corn. And he's like, oh god. Do you guys get deer in your neighborhoods that just like fucking roam around?
Yeah.
That's
It's
why...
a problem in Ottawa, actually. They actually come into the city.
Oh boy.
Bears do too. Because we're a real nation's capital, and it happens like that.
What does bears have to do with...
Just wildlife
Hello?
in general. I was going off on a tangent.
Oh, because I was just like, bears, what? Do bears enjoy the commerce? Like, what? I wasn't sure
You'd be
what
surprised.
what the connection was there.
I mean, imagine seeing a bear in like Washington D.C.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like JCPenney's.
I mean that too. That too.
We did have a JCPenney's here at one point. Very long time ago.
And then it got taken over by the bears.
Then the bears came. Exactly. We had to close it down because of the bears.
Everything changed when the bears attacked.
Bear benders.
Chroneco. The
Gotta be
shoe
careful.
stores all lived in harmony, but everything changed when the bears appeared.
It's a weird Avatar AU. Someone write that. Where the Fire Nation didn't attack, all the nations are still relatively in peace and harmony. The problem is there's just an overarching, like, empire of bears.
But no one will know what a bear is. They know what a platypus bear is.
True!
But no one will know what a bear is.
It's like,
I
no,
mean, they
just,
find
just
out
a
in Korra.
bear.
Yeah, it's just a
This
bear. They
place
were really
is
weirded out by
weird.
it. Imagine if the bear had come earlier, and it would have caused havoc. Would have caused havoc.
No,
That's what
doesn't
I'm saying.
the Earth King have just a bear?
A bear. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
it's a novelty.
And the gag is like, no one knows what a bear is. They're like, we have to greet it's a birthday party for the king's bear. You mean it's platypus bear or like his seal bear? No, it's just a bear.
Just
Everyone's
bear.
like, this is weird.
I just saw in chat there are no bears in Bossing Say.
There is
Very
one
good.
though. There is
Very,
patently
very
where the
good.
one bear
Very
is.
Very good. No, hey, Lo-Fang, get this woman. Get this woman now. Hey,
You are invited to Lake
by the Emperor
Logai.
Lake Logai. This, like,
Bossing Say is the only place where bears are canonically. I feel like this barb fin does not look
it's
himbo
an
enough.
honor to take a vacation to Lake Logai.
I have to make him beefier. This man needs more beef. He's all skin and bones. Barbfin, no. I must beef up this himbo.
Oh no.
What?
If I'm reading this correctly, I don't know how to pronounce this. Jai XAI.
Guy, yeah.
Okay, is doing a intro to Avatar, but it's JCPenney, Target, Walmart, Costco.
Long ago, the four stores lived together in
Yes.
harmony.
Until the bears attack.
Ah, bear noise.
Oh, I wish I was more eloquent for that. It was way more funny. The
So
bears.
anyway, how did you all like the Netflix Avatar?
Haven't watched
perfect-
it. Don't
perfect
have
show,
Netflix.
right? Right?
No, you were just complaining like literally yesterday that you did not like it, and you didn't like it so much you were like, Star, you should
Star,
make the video
Star.
talking about how bad this is.
Start.
'Cause I'm the
Listen,
one-
this is what we in the biz call comment bait.
Yeah. Comment it. Yeah.
So we are gonna make my chat move too fast.
Good.
I mean, this is in the same time that Hello Future Me just put out his 4-hour stint on how The Rings of Power was a terrible show. And it was a terrible show. But media literacy, folks. Speaking of media literacy, Star.
Hey Zoe.
Oh no! What?
Well,
You're working on a video about that.
Yeah, I think so, right?
Ooh,
In addition to that.
for the May, it'll be a month or two. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's coming.
I thought
Give me a
Stars
little
was definitely
break.
going to come out first.
Yes.
Because Star,
Yeah.
you also doing like a subtle, like better writing thing for like anime or something?
Thank you,
Yeah,
Rose.
I'm doing. So he's like, thank you for taking the heat off of me. But yeah, I have 2 sponsors lined up for my next 2 videos, and the sponsor for the second video wants it to come out in early May instead of late May like I would usually do. So good news is that script is almost done. Sorry, I inhaled wrong. But yeah, so my next 2 videos are the one that's coming out in April is, I actually started the script last night, and that one's nice and easy because it's literally just me talking about my own characters for like 30 minutes. Because since April is Castoff's 9th anniversary, I'm doing a video where I talk about like unused plot elements, unused characters, how the characters have changed from their original iterations. I'm just doing like a rambly video like that. So that's going to be end of like late April when that's going to come out.
Very cool.
And then my video after that is the one that I actually, the script is basically done. I'm getting a couple folks to proofread it for me just to see. But my video that's coming out in early May is a video about Husband Hotel, actually. I am starting kind of a loose new series where I talk about like media and use media as a framing device to talk about writing advice and like how you can make your narrative stronger and like what these shows did that was good versus bad and how their writing could have been made stronger and stuff like that.
I
Very
can
much
confirm-
coming.
Oh, I was gonna say I can confirm. I've read at least part of the script. It's gonna be incredible. You should all make sure to ring the bell and subscribe if you haven't already, because when this comes out, you are not gonna want to miss it. It is actually full of some really incredible writing advice.
So
Yeah.
thank you. I've actually finished it. The link that I posted in your chat is still valid, so if you wanted to read the rest, you can.
Okay, I need to do that. Thank you for reminding me.
Come back in like 30 minutes
Yes.
and she'll be like, I finished reading it and it's good. I know that my mods were reading it, so they were like, yeah, I had missed a couple of these, but yeah, I'm skimming because folks are leaving leaving thoughts on the script in my mod chat. Hang on.
I'm definitely interested in what you have to say about it. I have thoughts about that particular show myself, and I think it has potential, but I also think there's some instances where it's like, okay, you've got a good setup here. Wait, why did you ruin everything about this character? I now hate her. Why did you do this to me? She was like one of my favorites. Now I hate her.
Yeah, it's one of those shows where it's like, it's kind of interesting because whether you love it or hate it, or you're indifferent about, like, no matter how you feel about the show, it is extremely easy to talk about. It's one of those like weird shows where like no matter how you feel about it, there is stuff to talk about. And Exhibit A, I kind of take a middle road with it of there was so much potential here and it feels like it kind of flubbed it and it's a little disappointing. The video is gonna be almost an hour long.
No, it's good. It's proper media analysis, right? Listen, 1, you don't analyze something that you don't care about, and 2, you don't spend that much time on something that doesn't have potential.
It's like, because I want this to be a series of like me talking about writing advice from the lens of let's look at XYZ popular media and talk about what it did right, what it did wrong, etc. But I vehemently do not want to just turn into a channel that watches bad shows because they are bad. And I'm like, I want to talk about shows and games that I want to talk about, that I think are interesting to talk about. I'm not going to like sit down and watch a show just because I've heard it's bad and I'm like, I can fix her.
Yeah.
I do not want to do that.
Yeah, no, it's very important to note that, like, Has-Been was chosen specifically because you saw that it had some amazing character designs and it had some wonderful potential and it had so many good...
The art is absolutely
Yeah.
gorgeous in it.
like what attracted me to it was honestly the music. I kept hearing
The
the
music
song
is
clips
so
on TikTok.
good.
The music fucking slaps. I think at least some of the songs, I don't know if all of them were, but at least some of them were done by the Living Tombstone, and I was like, oh, well that's why they're good. I fucking love that guy. He's got the hits, the jams, etc. I have known about him since I was in college. He does good shit. But yeah, people have already said, like, Dawn has threatened me a little bit. She's like, Star, just so you know, next time you have a karaoke stream, I will be requesting has-been songs. And I'm like, okay.
There's some good songs in there.
Man,
There's some good
I
songs,
can't get
but all
Poison
my-
out of my brain.
All my favorites are like the duets or ensemble numbers, and so I'd have to like change up the voices like midway through the song over and over again, and I'm just like,
Maybe get one of Rose here likes to sing.
The trouble with karaoke streams is you have to kind of, be in sync.
Be in the same
and-
place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really work.
Plus, do you want to make all her followers have bloody ears? Don't do that to them.
Don't say that about yourself. You have a wonderful singing voice.
Yeah, don't talk about my friend like that.
Hmm.
Haha.
I feel like Star, one of your best qualities is your ominous positivity. It is frightening. I am terrified at all times.
Yeah, I love your energy, man. It's great.
Aw, you guys don't have to sit here and compliment me just because we're on my live stream. Sheesh. My friends are sitting here being nice to me. Ah!
Talk about her behind her back.
We have to.
No,
It's
it's
important
not
for
behind my
clout.
back. I'm right here. Hello? This man
Hello?
needs to be wider.
He is a very wide man.
Yeah, he does look a little scrunched for.
It's mostly because his shoulders are
Mm.
kind of turned a little bit, but yeah, he needs to be
I
wider.
have to ask Ron. I don't think so because I don't think Ron is an anime fan, but I have to imagine there was a little bit of Luffy in Captain Barbfin. I have
Did-
to imagine.
Doesn't he have a straw hat like
He
Luffy?
does. He has a straw hat and he likes to like punch
And
things a lot. And,
He's
like,
a redhead.
eh.
Luffy isn't a redhead, but his father teacher guy is.
Mm.
My
Yeah, I'm
only
not entirely
exposure to
certain.
One Piece came from the original English dub
Hmm.
with the rap. You know, that one.
I can't remember his name. It's like Scar or something, but it's the guy that gave Luffy the hat. I believe is a redhead.
I have seen art of this man at anime conventions.
I haven't really watched the anime. Just I'm not partial to the art style. I watched the live action that seemed good, but I had no other reference, so I don't know if it's good compared to the original material or not. But on its own, it was good.
I don't watch anime because I'm not a fucking nerd.
Boo! Boo!
What's wrong with anime, Zoe?
She's anime shaming us. Local influencer Zoe B. Too
Jay.
good to watch anime with her friends.
Jay, didn't you have a character you were talking about recently that was like prime for an anime or something? Something about the moon?
If I did, it is gone.
The clown one.
There is nothing. Oh.
No, we are not reviving that.
What are we talking
No.
about? What are we talking about?
The
It was
clown.
My clown paladin of Saluna.
Oh, this fucking thing that you were talking about right before we started the stream that's very cursed.
It's very cursed.
No.
It's coming. Here he comes. You can hear his big giant shoes slapping on the flagstones.
Oh, no.
If
The
you
voice
start doing
is-
the voice, I will mute you.
The voice he used was very King Candy from Wreck-It Ralph.
Chat, if you give Star a high enough super chat, I'll do it. I'll do it for the memes.
Don't. No, I will fucking mute you.
For how long? Like a minute, an hour?
The rest of the stream if he doesn't behave.
Whoa. Listen, I behave.
Oh,
I'm
do
a very
you?
well behaved. I'm a good boy.
Yeah, right. What he
Mm.
means by behave is he'll come over and start talking in my mic.
Anyway, I'm drawing a shark man right now.
I do love Barb Finn. He's a great character.
He's a delight. Ron just does such a good job playing, like, characters who are just happy to be here, right? I'm still laughing at how, in What's Left of Us, Vernon's whole defense was, like, when Emery was threatening to kill him for being involved in the cult, he was like, I'm too stupid to be conspiring against you. Also, you're terrifying. And I was just like, I'm trying to roleplay angry, but you keep making me laugh because you're just... And then he did almost the same thing on our most recent Thursday session where everybody was like yelling and mad at each other, and then Barbfin's just in the background just being himself, and we all were just had to stop and laugh occasionally. It's like, fuck a Barbfin. I love you. Oh my god.
Talk about the longest hiatus to wait for a resolved party conflict.
Yeah, Jay, what the fuck? Can't believe you're like doing this to us. How dare.
I don't think that's true, actually.
Literally, the party might be breaking up. Lots of people were yelling. People left the room during the argument. And it's been weeks.
Yeah, so for the benefit of the audience, the Thursday game, the game that I am making this animatic for, we play every other Thursday typically. And we have to keep that consistent schedule because two of our members do have, like, you know, actual people jobs and have to, you know, schedule time off in advance. But we were going to have a session this past Thursday. And then we couldn't just because Jay was just like, I had too much stuff going on and my brain's exploding. And so we had to miss a session, but that means that we left an extremely tense, dramatic session where, like, there was lots of inter-party conflict and everyone's kind of mad at each other and shit's, like, blowing the fuck up. And we haven't played in weeks! We're gonna go a month between- we're gonna have to sit in those emotions for a month before we get any kind of resolution. And I just... my feelings.
Mm-hmm. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
See, gang, this is how I get Zoe to make funny noises with us. I win!
Oh no, I've been tricked!
The long con.
Oh no! My whole life is a lie!
Gotcha.
I have been utterly bamboozled.
Sly would like to know how your drywall's doing, Star.
There's so many holes in it.
True. And all I did was just not do anything. It's very easy.
Yeah, it was so funny. I'm just imagining Jay, like, sitting there eating popcorn the entire day. This was like an hour-long, like, fight, basically, between party members, just, like, yelling at each other, and people were, like, taking turns, being upset, and it was just like, oh my god, it's just keep going. I'm just imagining Jay just going, like, it's getting good.
Jay did interject. If I remember correctly, he did say, okay, just a pause, make sure everybody's good, table checkup, make sure this
And
is
we
just
were all
RP,
just, like,
and
between
like, yeah, everything's
tears,
good.
we're like, yeah, no, we're good. Yeah, everything's fine. Anyway, there's this thing.
Check-ins
Oh, boy.
are important.
Yep. Because I did get a little concerned at certain points. I was just like,
But no, I did absolutely check in. You have to when you're doing that sort of thing. You absolutely have to. Even if you're sure that everyone knows what they're talking about and everyone is fine going above the table, like, you just, I don't know, maybe this time somebody, like, one of the things a character said struck a nerve. You know, that wouldn't normally be struck, and this is the first time this person is coming across this particular trigger, and they just don't know. And then, of course, they don't want to say anything because it's their friends, you know. So it's important to like go, hey, is everyone doing okay? And if someone's not doing okay, then now's the time to talk about it. Give those avenues. Remind people that they can speak, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I imagine we're gonna come into the next session and poor Verity's just gonna be like, just sulking in the corner and being like, everybody hates each other and we're all gonna split up and everything's terrible and just, I don't know what to do because I tried to help and it just made things worse. Verity, when conflict is happening, is basically that. I've compared her to the girl from the end of Mean Girls. Where it's just like,
Yeah.
I just want everybody. I wish I could make a cake made out of rainbows and smiles and we could all just be happy. And then someone's like, she doesn't even go here. That's Verity. That's Verity. She's just like, I don't like conflict and everyone's fighting with each other and I don't know what to do. That's my baby girl.
And she's a paladin.
And she's a paladin.
The saddest little, most sensitive paladin, and we love her so much.
She is a baby.
She
Meow,
is
meow.
a cinnamon roll, and I just want to protect her at all costs.
Oh, thank you. She's my baby.
I love purple tieflings.
Talking about who this shark dude is, man.
Yeah.
Our favorite shark man. This is Captain Barbfin.
Yes, that is Captain twice.
As his first
Captain
name
is
is
his name.
Captain.
It's his name and also his title.
Yeah.
We've decided this.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't have a boat. He had a cart, but those pirates, did
His
mutiny.
whole quest is getting his boat back. He's like, I'm still a captain, even if my boat got mutinied and stolen away from me. I'm gonna find my boat. And we love that for him, honestly.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I love that he got mutinied twice.
Once it wasn't even a boat, it was a freaking cart.
Oh.
Also, the beard is removable. He,
It's a
Oh my
family
gosh, I
heirloom.
can't believe that we forgot about that part.
Yeah, it's a family heirloom, and it is made of coral.
yes, coral beard.
So Jay, as the DM, you know more about his character than we do. Why don't you tell everybody about, just the lore?
True.
Talk about lore master.
Yeah. Captain Barbfin Coralbeard. What can I say about Captain Barbfin Coralbeard? Captain Barbfin Coralbeard was he's a Triton, first of all. So he's like a fish shark man. Ron made the choice of making him a shark because it was very fun. But also he's a very kind himbo of a man. And so generally speaking, that's the theme he was going with here. But he's also he's a bit of a fuck up. That was also the character of him. Yeah, a little bit. So he did something really cool at the very beginning of the game, just before the game started, essentially, in his backstory. And he won himself the rights to captain a ship. That was hence the captain in his moniker. He very quickly lost that ship because, you see, Tritons are very used to living in the sea. And so they don't have to really do things like worry about sirens and stuff like that. So, of course, he's doing his route, and his crew come to him and they say, hey, there's a bunch of sirens out over there. We can't go through this area. And he's like, don't worry about it. They're my buddies. He goes straight through them.
Don't worry, I know them. They'll be cool.
Yeah, loses most of his crew. They were not cool. And then lost his ship immediately to mutineers. That was the first bit. And unfortunately, to hear more, you're going to have to wait a minute because my roommate just arrived and I have to help him carry in some groceries. So give me about 5 minutes.
Oh,
And I will tell you, the anticipation, you'll all have to wait on the edge of your seats.
Ticket price for the whole seat, but you only need edge.
A coral beard sounds really cool, but I bet you it would hurt, because doesn't doesn't coral like cut and stuff if you brush
Yeah,
against
a
it?
little bit. Living coral does at the very least. I know I've like touched dead coral before, and it's just like a little bit scratchy. But yeah, this man is probably itchy as shit with that coral beard.
He also probably has like very dry skin, being on land for so long.
Probably.
Well, yeah, he's got like
We need
shark
to get
skin,
this man
right?
some moisturizer.
Do you think he cuts himself if he runs his hand the wrong way on his own skin?
Aw,
Probably.
what a rough life. I feel like we need to be nicer to him. I mean, not that we're mean to him, but like this poor man. We don't even know the things that he is struggling with.
Well, if he ever tells us, he's gonna talk about it in pirate terms, and we're all gonna be like, I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh yeah, also he talks like a pirate. I don't know if we...
Arr, it's me, Captain
covered that.
Barbfin.
Yeah, I'm starting to think though that Ron really likes like the ocean and water because he's got Vernon, who is a crab man, and then he's got Barbfin, who is a shark man.
And doesn't he have another character in a campaign that I'm not
Who
in,
is?
like
Who, I believe he's a
frog?
Frog. I think it's a frog man. I'm not 100% on the man part, but I know it's a frog.
He's just playing a sentient, like, little tree frog. He's just like, ribbit, fireball.
So, my headcanon says Ron really likes aquatic things.
One could reasonably assume this to be true, yes. Give the fishman some gnarly fishman scars. He doesn't have his gauntlets yet at this point in the story.
Oh yeah.
Verity made one of them for him, and in the party picture I drew him with two. Because it just felt right.
So yeah, in the room I'm sitting in, it is technically here 6 times?
Oh jeez.
Oh,
I guess
I've
you guys have multiple monitors.
Jay's got 3. Oh no, I guess right now it's only 5 because Jay, one of his monitors isn't working right now. But yeah, Jay's got 2 monitors. I got 2 monitors. We have it on the wall.
Yeah, I gotta buy some poster tubes so I can send copies to the folks I have not visited in
Yes.
person yet.
I need a physical poster for my wall.
It's so pretty. I
If
started.
you guys want to see the image folks are talking about, I have it right here. Ba-ba-da! Look at these nerds. Look at these nerds. A beautiful gaggle of nerds. So this is the boy we are drawing right now. Mr. Captain Barbfin Coral Beard.
I love looking at this picture on Jay's tall monitor because it focuses in on the purple tieflings. So
Aw,
it's like
the
Vale and
buddies.
Verity right there. It's so great.
The buddies, the squad, the gang.
But then I can look back at my screen and be like, I got everyone.
Here we go.
Oh no.
Giving Barbs a
He's
cacophony.
Back.
Oh no! Quick, everybody! Put away all of the J-Corn is stupid propaganda. Whoa!
I have returned.
Oh no!
Hi! We weren't doing anything suspicious!
I will run back the tapes later and see.
No!
Toast the
Unlist
VOD, quickly.
The live stream! Toast the VOD!
So, did you talk about the rest of Barbfin's stuff?
No,
No,
we
'cause
were
we
waiting
don't know
for
it.
you.
Oh, well, that's the. Okay, so. He lost his ship. It was where I was, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful. He lost a ship called the Handsome Jimmy. They mutinied, left them on a rock, marooned to die, except, of course, his crew also weren't that smart. Once again, Barfin is a Triton.
He can fucking swim. He can
Yeah,
leave.
you can. You can breathe underwater. He just swam back. And now he's on a quest to get his boat, the Handsome Jimmy, back from the people who mutinied him. The problem is he keeps fucking up. So the theme of Barfin is that he tries really hard, and every time he tries to do this thing, this being a bigger special captain, he fucks up. But he keeps trying is the point of his whole character. So like he joined up with a bunch of with Tony originally. They were at a couple of docks when they lined up, and you know, he was like, maybe I should try. Yeah, Tiny Tony supremacy. He said, you know, maybe being by the ocean and just pining for my lost crew is not good enough. I should go a little bit deeper. But also what spurred it is Barfin being a barbarian is fun. Barfin being a barbarian cleric is more fun. While he was waiting by the sides of that shore and waiting for any sort of sign that he could of the Handsome Jimmy, the storm god Talos reached out to him and said, "You're fucked up. You need to do stuff. You need to overcome some challenges to prove you're strong." And so Barfin was like, "Yeah, that makes sense. I love fighting." And so he went along with it, and that's where he is right now. So he joined up with Tony. You guys went deeper into the landed area, came to Red Larch, and joined up with the crew that way. Now, at some point, our dear Ronathan decided that he needed to do a few extra things to make sure he kept his head above water, financially speaking, and he had to get a couple of jobs. And that meant that he had to leave us for a little bit. We were very sad, but it did give me an opportunity to continue Barfin's epic story. And so, this was at the point where they had just come across Verity and Rodin. And Rodin told Barfin, "Hey, we've got word of your former ship, the Handsome Jimmy. It is attacking dwarvish shipping along the coast not far from here. I would really love it if, you know, we could kill two birds with one stone. You could get your ship back, and we could stop getting preyed upon by this weird ship. No problems." Barfin thought this was a great idea. Barfin did not wait for Rodin to give him stuff. Barfin commandeered a cart and 3 townspeople and as crew and set off across the mountainside. Was immediately mutinied when dear Ronathan found out 2 weeks later that he actually ended up being able to schedule time to play with us. Came back saying he lost his new ship, and then
there was a cart.
The party had to track down this cart that was pirating the mountainside with a fucking cannon.
Which one of the characters may or may not have taken a cannonball to the chest.
She was fine.
Fine and normal.
Fine and
yes.
normal. Yeah, it was just, we had to go deal with pirates who had a cart just like out in the mountain range. And Rodin was just like, "Oi, fishman, your fucking old crewmates you just stole away from town. They're like going after people with carts who are just, you know, trying to do business, and he's making them walk the plank just into the snow, and no one's died yet. But they're causing a ruckus. Can you go, like, deal with them?" And we were all like, "Yeah!" And then we, like, killed most of them with a bomb because Tony's just like, "I bought explosives."
They were walking the plank into the goddamn snow.
It was so funny. Just, like, walk the plank into the snow, and then just, like, they take off into the distance. And we never see them again.
No, Sly, you don't understand. These were not bandits. They were very specifically mountain pirates.
They were mountain pirates.
Very specifically. They had sails. They had a cannon. They said "yar."
One of them was a former dentist, and he was like the only one who survived. He was just like, when we caught him and we were trying to be like, "All right, you gonna cooperate, or are we gonna have to stab you?" And he was like, "I don't want to go back to being a dentist."
I think we got like 6 sticks of dynamite, a couple cherry bombs.
Nitroglycerin.
Big ones.
Where was it Annie and Naomi? Were they back at?
Yeah, because
Roden's
you guys
place at that point?
that was the session that you guys both had to miss.
Oh right.
And so we just made up the excuse that like Annie and Naomi stayed behind because they were doing other stuff.
Shopping or something.
We were at the library. We were doing nerd shit. You know.
I'm going to spend this session at the library.
It was very good, and Verity got shot in the chest with a cannon, which led to a very fun comic that Star drew about how anxious she makes my poor boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that picture. Do I have it saved on my computer, easily accessible? I'm not sure if I do. I do! Excellent. So yeah, this was like an actual little conversation that happened between Verity and her bestie Roden. Of just like, hey, can I borrow your forge? I need to fix a dent in my armor. And Roden's like, yeah, but how the hell did you dent it? It's made of adamantine. And Verity's just like, oh, I just got shot with a cannon. And Roden's just like, what the fuck? Because poor Roden, this fucking guy, he was just like, he spent, what, 200 years just being sad that his friend was dead? Did all this shit while he was sad that his friend was dead, and then as soon as she shows back up, he's like, oh, that's so that's so great. It's like, I'm so happy that she's finally back. And then he starts like sending her out on just like these little missions. He's like, here, just go check on this place, it'll be fun. They almost die, and he's like, okay, go deal with these random civilians who think that they're pirates. She gets shot with a fucking cannon. And he's just like, what? It's just because he was, sad for like 200 years, and then he's just anxious all the time because he's like, true. Oh god, I'm gonna send her out and she's gonna die again.
Yeah, honestly, I'm very pleased at how well we've handled the Roden and Verity relationship in general, because they're both ace and
as fuck.
Yeah, and Roden's obviously a romantic, but that's like the extent of it, essentially. And they're still having like what anyone in the world would say is like a full-on like monogamous relationship.
It is very cute. It is
They're
extremely
so
cute. I love it so much.
And it's great. It's wonderful. And honestly, it's what both of them are fine with, and it's good. Except for obviously the extra stuff that happened while she was dead, but like that's
they're fine now. We can just get over that trauma, really 200 years of trauma real quick. Yay! I'm sure we'll never have to unpack that. But yeah, no, it's fun. So you'll hear me calling them besties, because that's basically what they are.
Yeah.
Because like the like more appropriate terminology would be like kind of platonic soulmates, but that sounds so corny. And
best friends for life.
Yeah, they're besties.
Yeah, corny, but here for it.
Yeah.
Here for it. We
platonic life partners.
Love them.
Yeah,
I like them.
Good. The fish dude is not a paladin, he is a cleric, which is very fun. And yeah, Catabarpin is a Triton barbarian cleric. He has a very interesting build. It is absolutely not meta, but that's perfectly fine. Obviously, we don't do metas where we are. Barpin is very fighty. He is, man. It's Ron getting to be his best himbo self without having to worry. Like when Ron plays Vernon. Sorry, I keep like my one ADHD brain cells bouncing around here. When Ron gets to play Vernon, right? Ron is essentially playing with the same sort of themes. He wants to be a kind person who is kind of like struggling with the reality of needing to survive while poor in like a world where you have to be a little bit rich to live well.
Watch What's Left of Us, by the way. I just dropped the link in the chat.
Watch What's Left of Us for more. But the cool thing about Barpin is Barpin has carved out a niche where he doesn't need to be rich to live well. And he also because he if he's hungry, he'll just walk into the sea and grab a fish. Like he's, and he doesn't need to live in an inn. He just loves to sleep wherever he wants. So like he is like what Vernon would absolutely love to be, but could never be. And then including the not having to worry about running deep into close combat and not worrying about yourself. Like Vernon is such a wheedly little man. and Barfin is not that.
Wheedly little man, except when he turns into a fucking giant crab.
Except for the giant crab bit.
And then, he does the thing with his hand, and everybody's like, why?
Get you a friend who will literally chop his own arm off to feed a random mushroom that he found.
It is
Because
very
it's
good
awesome.
and normal.
And we're definitely not gonna have to unpack it at some point.
Yeah,
Have you guys
no one is
like,
worrying about it.
Have you
Nobody's
guys thought
worrying.
about how like the last 4 or 5 sessions of What's Left of Us all took place in the same day?
That's a lot.
Longest day
Yeah.
ever.
We have
It's like
had-
this morning, Vernon chopped his own arm off, and we were in like the worst temple ever trying to like fight it, or not even a temple, it was like a dungeon, and we were trying to fight a dragon, and then we told the dragon that he was stupid, and then he left, and then we immediately went from like goofy Dungeons and Dragons shenanigans with a dungeon and a dragon to immediately, it's time to deal with your family trauma, Emery, and we're doing this right fucking now.
I hit you. The fun thing is I hit you with your dad, and then I hit you with you, and then I hit you with your sister.
All at the same fucking time.
So is that bludgeoning damage, or?
It feels damage.
Feels damage. It was very good of me. And now you're in the middle of the day somewhere in the high forest.
And we're all fucking exhausted, I imagine. Why the fuck is it
Yep.
day?
Yeah, I don't. So the way that like teleportation works is,
It's instantaneous. Yeah.
yeah. So that's weird.
Wonder how long your sister was waiting.
Don't, Jay, don't.
I mean, it can't have been that long, because if it had been that long, she wouldn't just be she wouldn't have been standing in one place for... I
In the
imagine she
middle
was
of
just
a-
there the duration of the fight.
You were in the middle of a combat. Or you were in the middle of a compound, I mean, rather. She could have gone there and waited every day for a little bit to see when you came back.
I
Did she
feel
seem
like I-
older?
Not that much older.
Was she
I'm
in the same
rolling
clothes?
I don't know. I'm calling BS on this. I think he's just saying shit to fuck with us. 'Cause this is what he
I will-
does. He says shit.
I will give it to you. It is just the very next day. She waited there all night.
Oh.
That doesn't make it better.
Yeah, the right noises. She was probably crying a lot, to be honest.
I can't take this.
Oh,
Look what you did. You made Zoe cry. You made notable influencer Zoe B
No,
cry.
cry.
How could you do this?
Wait until we get into Tim's stuff.
No, don't.
Oh, Tim Tam.
Timothy
Oh.
Tamothy.
She's fine. And she will always be fine because she has a big, strong dog to protect her.
Again, the big strong dog to protect her feelings.
That is what he
You
does.
know, Zoe, you really shouldn't say things like that in front of Jay.
No, he can't kill Sparks because we saw Sparks from the future in a dream.
And he thanked you for calling him Spark one more time. My players love me. I'm a delight. Oh my god. Oh, Zoe. We
I'm fine.
so Zoe is making a new character for just another campaign where we're playing on the side here.
Because this is what we do. We play far too
We
much
play
D&D.
lots of campaigns. I
You
managed to
take
fill
that
up-
back.
managed to fill up one of my paid games. And Zoe is playing a tiefling who is out in space
Mhm. Space girly. We love
And-
her.
and has a crystal focus. And I said to her, given your theming, it seems like you're sort of the opposite of Verity. Hey, you know, if there's such a thing as crystallized life, I guess the corollary of that means that there is also crystallized entropy.
Evil Verity out there on a different comet.
You mean
Just being
Verity? Regular Verity killed a bunch of people.
No! That is my baby girl, and this is slander, and I'll sue you.
You know what this jerk does, though? Last night I finished a campaign that's been going on for like 2 years. And at the end of it, he's wrapping it up, giving everybody little bits.
We're all fucking like getting ready to cry because it's emotional. We've been playing this thing for 2 years.
Yeah, I'm playing an Echo Knight, and he's been giving me little bits of story that's been happening in like other universes and stuff, because the Echoes are versions of my character pulled from failed universes. So he says, okay, one of your Echoes show up, and she starts telling you have a long conversation with her about what happened in space. I'm about to start playing a game that takes place in space.
Uh-oh, danger.
Pew, 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 pew.
And he wouldn't tell me what exactly the Echo said, just that she has a long talk with Har, the character, and jerk. It was supposed to be a closure until we open up the next chapter with those characters. Don't.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Don't even worry about it. It'll be fine.
Oh
And
no!
then this bitch also put us in a fucking one of the doomed timelines in our Sunday game. Can't believe this shit.
I was telling her that, you know, it's weird. You're at the right time. You should like that thing should be coming. You should see it. It should be super bright. Why didn't you look up? And then the next episode, she was like, I look up, motherfucker. What do I see? And I was like, what do you mean? There's nothing there. Why would there be anything there?
Gonna
Ridiculous.
kill him. Gonna kill him with a steak knife. Bitch. My anger and rage knows no bounds. Anyway, this is a fish man.
Also, an important note that we have not
Oh, wow.
pointed out yet is he is a pirate and he cannot tie a knot to save his life.
That is
True,
that's right.
we do need to mention that.
He kept failing all his checks to like tie things off.
It was so cute. It's like, I don't know how to tie a knot. I know I'm a sailor, but...
He was like, hey, Tony, do you think you could teach me?
Yeah.
Tony's just like, what do you mean you can't tie a knot? Aren't you a pirate? He's like, yes, well, I usually had some of the other pirates do it. Arr. Or whatever.
Ron is very good at even turning like failed roles into like adorable RP.
Mm-hmm. Here, I'm just reusing this background because I can't. Wow.
Why, hello, Vale.
Feels like, hello!
Is that what Vale sounds like?
Yes.
I don't know. I heard myself with that voice and I don't like it anymore.
Oh.
It's hard. It really is. It's hard. You know, you play a character and you try your best, but sometimes it just doesn't fit what you want.
Yeah, well, my problem is there is no way my vocal range can hit the voice I imagine coming from Vale. So
Well, I mean,
I
at
do my
that
best
point-
approximation.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's like, we're not professional voice actors here, right? It's like, we're just a bunch of friends playing Dungeons and Dragons and I'm making a video about it because I love our characters so much, right? It's like, you don't have to sound... If I gave a shit about us sounding exactly like our characters, I would have found voice actors to do it instead, or just not had the voice lines in it at all. It's not about perfectly matching what the character's voice sounds like. It's about we're a bunch of friends and we're having fun, and this is our D&D characters, and it's fun
Actually,
and
we
it's
are
cute.
We are professionals, and we must
Oh,
be held to
well.
the highest of standards.
Okay, notable influencer Zoe B. Tell us more about that.
I'm not allowed to do that. No.
Yes, I am. It's my freaking live stream, and I can do what I want.
Okay,
See, I
fine,
think-
you're right. I'm sorry.
I think we could get slightly more accurate if I voiced Tony and we had Solari voice Vale.
Just switch. And then Vale would have a British accent.
I'd be fine with that.
I don't
I mean-
know if Solari could do the sort of flamboyancy that Vale strives to pretend to be, though.
Yeah, it just has to like sound a little bit put on, like he's pretending to be. Or sorry, they. I do this. I hate when I do this. That they're trying to be someone that they're not is what that voice is. Which I guess is why it sounds bad and why I don't like it.
Listen, I can't do a British accent to save my life, and yet I decided it was a good choice for Annie to have a British accent. You know, we all make choices, and sometimes those choices are good, and sometimes they are bad, and we just have to fucking live with it.
See, I just need one of the other party members to like have a heart-to-heart or something with Vale and get them to like actually like be real with them and like stop pretending, and then I can just drop it.
Somebody comes up to Vale and is just like, BFFR, be fucking for real. And then Vale is just like, yes.
That's a good bait and switch, says Jared. Jared, you're not allowed to talk because I have evil plans for you too. Okay?
Jared's here. Hello, Jared.
Miss Wizard with a crystal rapier that sings a song only she can hear. Gee, I wonder what that's from.
Ah! He keeps doing this! He keeps doing this!
You can't keep getting away with it.
Can't keep getting away with this! Anyway, here's Barbfin.
I do
We
love Jared's character Dashing Reina. At one point, I believe Jared was like, I'm not so sure about the dashing part anyway. But here's the thing. Dashing doesn't just mean like the action to dash. It could also mean that she is very dashing.
And she is. It should be noted. But yes, they're all part of the J-Corn cinematic universe, and you are all very welcome.
Thank you, Sly. Vale is very pretty.
Bite, bite, bite.
It's fine. We're all having a great time.
We're all having a great normal
You
time!
can't tell, but I am blinking help in Morse code.
Blink, 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 blink.
Oh, Sly, you can only talk smack for so long. I already told you I'm going to be doing the mod game at some point. I just have to find the time.
Should I add like a little bit of a scale texture to him, do you think? Just like in a couple of places?
He does have that shark sort of toothy skin. I just don't know if you'd notice it from far out, you know? Because when you
I'll
look at
do
a
a
shark,
little,
they
like,
look smooth. So.
I'll do shark smooth lions are eating me.
Yeah, sharks, you really can't see shark scales unless you're like really up close.
I'm gonna just try with a little something something here, and it will probably look like shit, and then I'll get rid of it. But you know, the joy of digital art is you can fuck around and find out, and then if you don't like it, you can just get rid of it. It's my square pen. Just make it like real subtle, like. That kind of makes it look like he has chicken pox, actually. But maybe I can. What?
Oh, chat, hashtag delete your art.
Yeah. Hashtag delete your art. Do it! I kind of want the shirt that says that. I know they sell it. I was actually wearing my Drawfee shirt yesterday. I have their like I think it was one of their anniversary shirts where it was just like, I am a artist. And it's got like this big whole like tirade on it. It's like, I flip my canvas 2,800,000 times a day and forget to save. I love that shirt. It's my favorite shirt. Anyway, here's Barbfin. He's a fucking guy.
Woo.
Do I do Naomi or Tony next? I think I'll probably save Naomi because Jinx might be able to make it to the next stream, but it's Tony time.
The Tiny Terror.
Tony.
Tiny Tony! Yes! We never got a canonical height for Tony, and so when I was drawing this, not this image, High Veil. When I was drawing this picture, she just, one, is standing by all the tall characters, except for Friend, who's also over here. I just bookended the composition with the tall characters, but also just compositionally, it looked nicer when she's shorter. And so, and then Solari was like, I didn't know that Tony was that short. And I'm just like, I don't know. I think Tiny Tony is fun. I like the idea of just she's small. All the sass contained into a very small frame.
To be fair, I didn't originally picture Veil that tall, but
We decided that they're wearing heels.
I'm down. I didn't actually sit down and put a height to Veil until that conversation with you, Star, where it's like 5'10"? Yeah, 5'10" sounds good. I'm gonna add it to the character sheet because it wasn't there before.
Yarp. Tiny Tony. The group's your local small business rogue.
Oh no,
Does that
we
mean
might
that
have
Tony
to
is a girl
battle.
boss? Does that mean that Tony is a girl boss?
She's not a girl boss, she's a girl investor.
Okay, fair.
Because I don't think Tony owns any small businesses. She just wants to start them and then see the dividends.
Yeah, she's an angel investor.
I do
Venture
love it.
capitalist.
It's like, oh no, party. How are we gonna fight our way through this?
She's an adventure capitalist because it's fucking Dungeons and Dragons. That's a funny joke, right?
I swear Tony is going to like buy a dungeon and start selling tickets for parties to go through.
Mm-hmm.
You mean like a certain inn?
Like a certain inn. Listen, it works in Waterdeep. All you gotta do is find another one, build an inn over the entrance to the dungeon, set.
Hey Jay, you know what you know what that place is called?
What's that?
The Yawning Portal.
Yeah.
Christ.
We brought it around. We brought it around full circle.
Do you folks remember the beginning of the show with that really
This is the beginning of the
bit?
stream.
Comedy
Yeah.
geniuses.
Comedy gold.
I am in the presence of comedy geniuses.
Surprise.
Yeah, thank you for acknowledging it.
I am still blinking help in Morse code.
You know, that might be more suited to like a visual medium.
No, I can just make tiny little sounds and
With
have
your
my
eyelashes.
my thing light up
Yeah.
so you can see it. Yep. That's how that works.
Blink, 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 blink.
This is because we don't have the B VTuber model ready to go for Zoe.
Yeah,
yet.
when
Yes.
Zoe B-Tuber debut happening next stream.
we have to. Okay, so it has to be a PNG tuber, but like it has to be like a literal bee, and it's got to like be the idle animation has to be it like hovering slowly around in the boundary box.
You don't even understand how easy and simple that would be to do.
Okay,
I
but
know.
what do you do to make it look like me?
Glasses?
Probably,
Give it cute little glasses.
Little
Yeah.
glasses?
Glasses, maybe a really cute hairdo, like normal.
Bees don't have hair. I mean, they have
And
like
a
they're
sweater.
fuzzy, but like
A sweater.
Do you have like an iconic shirt or sweater or something
Yeah.
you wear?
in a little sweater?
It's
yes.
that sweater.
Yes!
It's that sweater. You wore you wore it at the last What's Left of Us, didn't you?
Did I? The like yellow
I think so.
one
You
or
were
the orange
raving
one?
about that sweater. So
Yes. Listen. This I feel like is a very common thing that people do where you find a piece of clothing that you like and it fits well and it's nice quality and you're like, you know what? I need this in every color. Because like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So you just get the same sweater in 3 different colors and then it's fine and good. Please tell me that this is normal. Please tell me that I am not alone in this.
I mean, I don't often buy new clothes for myself, so I don't know.
I've done it before, Zoe.
Okay,
Thank you,
good.
Rose.
I don't even remember the name of the brand, but I doubt you could find it anymore. There were these like thin material shirt t-shirts, and there was neat designs on the front. My favorite one was it had like a big purple rose on it with some other stuff going in behind it that just made kind of just framed the rose, but it was still visually interesting on its own, even though I can't remember what the hell it was. Probably thorns or something. And I just had a bunch of those, and just the same shirt with a slightly different rose pattern on it. I didn't lean into the Rose thing, trying to get people to call me Rose instead of Kimberly or anything.
Definitely not, of course.
No, never.
It didn't work, by the way.
Oh no. Okay, yeah. Let's just all get it out of our system that Tony does kind of like, before the colors, does look a little bit similar to Rory. I just have a way I like to draw ponytails, okay? Okay. It's like every time I show like the image, everyone's like, oh, it's Ginger Rory. And I'm like, no. Guys.
We need to convince Tony to start wearing all green.
Dye your hair black for the full emo look.
The simple fact of it is that I have slowly been blending Castoff's story into my universe. So at some point I could just pull the rug out and go, look, it was Castoff the whole time. And then Star will go, no, and explode.
So I keep making the same character twice.
That's right.
Don't we all?
Wait. So who's Vale in the cast-off party then?
Well, there's not always going to be a one-to-one because there's only so many characters.
Yeah.
But I don't know, characters sad about their family, non-binary. Sarah's right there.
There is there, although I think Vale's a little bit more like, I was gonna say he was... No, you know what? I lost it. Never mind.
You forget the name of my characters, Jay? Do I have to fire you and get somebody else who can actually, remember the names of my OCs?
I do. I remember.
John
Yeah,
Castaway. Yeah, John Castaway is one of them. Best one to ever do it, really.
Banned.
He make it a big
Banned
pizza.
from my chat.
That's the thing, right? Hey, I'm John Castaway making a big pizza. Hey.
No.
Is that good enough for my Nerf
everything
gun?
he knows.
Yes, absolutely. Get
Does
him.
that- This might be... I don't know if I'm allowed to ask this question. Does that make friend Nico?
Yes, but with caveats that I can't say right now.
Oh no!
You ever get so lonely in your weird little wizard tower that you make yourself a friend? DIY?
It would be really funny if you put like a little like Nico puppet somewhere in the abandoned school where Sage was living.
Oh my god. Oh no, someone said he'll go to the big pizza in the sky. Oh no. Oh no. The big pizza.
It's okay, Sage. I see the pizza. Floating upwards majestically.
Nico, no, you cooked too hard, Nico. Nico, come back.
Nico, come back.
Oh dear!
It's all right. They have arugula.
Ugh. He's lost in the sauce, the pizza sauce.
Arugula, no, don't do it.
I love just like sketching hands to just have like weird Muppet fingers of just like blarp, 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 and then I like come in and actually, you know, anatomy them later.
Except those are Emery's real fingers. If you ever look.
No!
Wow.
Banned!
Yikes.
But those aren't Emery's fingers she's drawing. Those are Tony's.
Yeah.
I know.
Speaking of Tony's fingers, ooh.
It's spoilers. It's spoilers.
Oof.
Part 2 and or 3, depending on how far into the plot I'm cutting off part 2. I haven't decided yet.
Well, that's why I ended it whew, instead of giving details.
Yep.
It's called baiting for future videos.
Hashtag Fingergate. Nope. Regret that.
Nope.
Regret those words.
Nope.
Heyo?
Ayo.
Where's Athena when we need her?
Athena, we're making stupid jokes. ¿Dónde está?
She gives the perfect Ayo every
Ayo?
time someone says something even vaguely suggestible.
Yep. And we love that about her.
Athena's great.
Never judging, always there to point it out.
Yep. That's a true friend right there.
Truly, yes.
Pissed off faces are so easy to draw. That's why Ariana's like that. Fun fact.
Why do Ariana be like that? Well, because pissed off faces.
Easy to draw. Like, honestly, legitimately, Frankie is the hardest character for me to draw because he's always so damn smiley all the time. And smiley characters, like, smiling emotions are very hard to draw. Angry faces, sad faces, easy to draw.
So true.
Angry faces, easy to draw. Smiley faces, hard to draw. And that's why Ariana is the easiest character to draw. Her and Vector. Vector, I just get to, like, let the floof into my soul. It's just like, there's my boy. There's my boy.
The fluff.
Him floofy.
God, that kid is gonna hit, like, he's gonna eventually get to a place with, like, high humidity, and it's just gonna be over for the whole party.
Boop!
They're all gonna get stuck in his hair.
She's like, do not worry, fellow party members, I will shield you.
Right? His problem will be solved. Really, no one could see his eye bibbles.
Yeah. I'm sorry, his what?
His eye bibbles.
Eye bibbles?
You've never heard that before? It's just a weird. It's a
silly
weird way to
Jayism?
say. No, actually, I heard it back in New York too.
You. Also, yes, it is a silly Jayism.
It is not solely a Jayism.
No.
I heard it a lot back in New York.
I am allowed to be cute. And I frequently
Air
am.
quote, cute.
Oh, listen.
Yeah, press X.
I
and
don't
sit
know.
out.
I don't know. I remember last night getting knocked down and going, "Oh, I'm making death saving throws. Got it."
In D&D, not like domestic violence.
Yeah, we're talking D&D here.
We roll pretty hard at my house. Randomly, I just go roll initiative, and then I slam into my wife, and she's on the ground rolling death saving throws.
Oh no.
Jiminy Christmas. Rose, if
Rose.
you need help,
Yeah, Rose,
blink
do you
twice.
need us to call? Do you need us to call someone? Rose? Are you good?
It's fine. She likes it.
Excuse me.
This is the end for me. This is the end.
Hashtag
People are
cancel
gonna
Jake
point
Horn.
this.
Oh, man, that
This is
hurt.
where I get canceled 100%.
What was I talking about before my husband rudely interrupted me?
How he knocked you down the stairs.
Abuela, help me. They're saying I can't be cute. And I was just very cute just now.
Okay.
Talking
Back to
about
what I-
spousal abuse in the chat.
So he hit my character, completely. I was making death saving throws, and the cleric ran to me, going, "I want to heal Har," and I encouraged her to heal the other person for story reasons, and we needed the mage up to be able to activate the MacGuffin. So she was like, "Oh right, we need that MacGuffin going." So she did, and then before my turn, I get hit while I'm prone, so I took 2 failed saving throws. So that means the cleric does not get the chance to heal me before my turn, or isn't going to get a chance to heal me before my turn. So if I roll under a 10 on my turn, which is pretty much next, there's like 1 or 2 things before it, I'm just done after encouraging her to heal the other person.
Self-sacrificing, baby.
We love to see it.
Yeah, Jay would have been in big trouble if that kobold died.
I saw my chance to kill another kobold in front of the party, and I was gonna do it.
You almost did. And she's my favorite too. If you would have killed Har, there would have been worse.
And they would not have been PG-13.
Listen, the fun thing about being the spouse of the dungeon master means that you get to punish them for the things that they do to your character, and it is fine and normal.
See, I find it means you get targeted for violence more than other people.
Damn, J. Corn abusing his wife in the chat!
Wait, has he disintegrated any other character well in a game? No. Only my game. My characters.
Yeah, to be fair, when my husband killed my character, she was eaten along with half of the other party by a black dragon, so
Oh, Jesus.
at least I wasn't feeling, singled out.
Very dungeon meshy of your
I was about to
husband.
say, yeah. Oh, sorry, Zoe. That's an anime reference, but I know that you're not a nerd like us, so you wouldn't get it.
Thank you.
Just whipping out those callback jokes.
Yeah, we're on fire today. It's because I had a nap before stream, and so I'm all...
Are the bears gonna attack?
That's true. Yes, abuela, Danmeshi. I love Danmeshi. Very pleased. See, Zoe, you would love Dungeon Meshi.
I am shaking my head at all of you.
No, it's like legitimately good though, and it's
Right.
the only
Yeah,
It's based
the
on
only
D&D.
gratuitous
Whatever you say.
the only gratuitous fan service is for the dwarf character. Why do they keep giving this man panty shots?
Because he's very pretty. He's taking one for the team.
He's just
That's why.
here's some fan art. Here's some fucking Senshi fan art. He is just a fucking muppet of a man.
He also has the best hair.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Like a helmet.
once he washes it.
Yeah.
Abuela
I can't
going
remember.
feral in chat.
This is what he this is what he looks like.
And he's
There he
without his
is.
helmet on, he's legit one of the prettiest people in the show.
Yup.
And he's always encouraging us to take care of ourselves and eat 3 square meals and with tons of variety. And
Yeah, but he needs to bathe more because he bathes so little. He's immune to magic.
stinky!
he's a stinky man.
This
Yes.
man is stinky.
Yeah, you're really selling me on the show, guys. Wow.
It's very good.
Amazing. Okay, wait. Necromancy lesbians?
Yes, the
Now I'm in.
necromancy
Now I'm in.
lesbian.
I'm in. That's it. That's all I needed.
Did you
Why
guys not
didn't we
leave with
start
that?
with that?
We could have started with that. We know that Zoe
We
likes
should have.
necromancy.
We know what our Zoe's about. We should have started with that.
Listen.
It's on Netflix. You can watch it.
We'll do a watch party. It'll be fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
And the autism knight. Don't forget about the autism knight. I love him.
He's fighting the war on autism on the side of the autism.
Exactly.
His voice actor apparently posted that meme on like Instagram or something, and I'm like,
Good stuff. Yep. Listen, you gotta know your character. You gotta know your character.
I want
There's a
to
lot of good
cosplay
characters in that
Marcille. I love her.
I would, if I was blonde, I would cosplay Laios 100%. I
We can
love
get you a
him.
wig, bro.
I guess so, but I think I'm. No, I
Bleach
I
your
like
hair.
Laios.
Bleach your hair. J-Corn blonde arc.
Oh my god,
Oh no.
would you all still love me if I was blonde?
No.
Right?
Oh, damn.
This means I default to I can't pronounce his name. Chilchuck.
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 You are short.
Actually, hun, you know, I mean, you'd have to wear like some really bulky like setup here, but you could do a really good Senshi. Or you could, if you wanted to, you could do and stay within what you'd like. What was her name? Nami?
Namie? Or
Nami.
Namari.
Namari, yeah. She was
Namari.
super cool.
Namari is super
I love
cute.
her.
I don't think I'm cute enough to be Namari though.
No,
That's
do
not- that's-
it!
Honey. We're all right here. You can't just say stuff that's not true in front of us.
Complain about how you take care of your weapons.
I mean, that's usually my job.
That's why you find her so cute.
I just appreciate that there's someone else there willing to take care of weapons when fantasy shows
Oh,
don't usually.
does she also complain about windows being square?
Well, she
So the
would if
Squindos?
there were any Squindos in Dungeon Meshi, but there are not.
Interesting.
We can't keep doing this! We can't keep doing this! Zoe! You invited a curse into my house!
Please tell
Why
me
would you
that
do that? Look what you've unleashed! No!
I have no regrets. None at all.
No.
I'm
Zoe drops a line, says no regrets, and then leaves.
No! Haven't I suffered enough?
No.
Oh!
Oh man.
Goes to
Anyway,
my
if
Google
your
Docs.
dungeon master yells at you about something not being realistic, you have my permission to assault them.
Local influencer Zoe B advocating for assault live on my stream right now.
In Minecraft.
I'm in so much danger.
Zoe B says assault is okay.
Oh no.
Damn! You heard it here first, folks.
But it is a real problem. I'm
Oh,
an
my
abused
word.
DM, and
Battered
every
DM
time
syndrome.
I say that the things should be a little bit more historically accurate, I get yelled at. And then I rightfully get yelled at when I immediately flip it around and say, it's just a fantasy though, guys. You should be fine with that. It's okay.
Yeah, it's a fantasy comic. You should be okay with my square windows.
Squiddo!
It's a universe with canonical magic in it.
Squiddo!
Squiddos!
I played a couple that got disintegrated, then reincarnated by a dragon deity into a
Yep.
dragonborn, and now she's going to space. Yep,
But we draw the line at square windows.
We do.
sounds real worldy.
I have to
Chat-
stand on my
Chat, I am
principles.
filled with rage that
Yeah.
cannot be satiated.
Yeah.
This is what we have to put up with here.
Every single day we are in the group
Every
chats.
day. I suffer.
Yeah, and yet I see you guys all up in the chat like every single day, and I'm just like, what are they talking about in there?
But
Usually
don't worry
Squindos.
about it. Don't worry about it, Star.
Usually them yelling at me about Squindos.
Oh
It's-
yeah, for just like the entire time. Is that what you guys
Yep.
talked about after I left today?
Almost always.
I
Literally almost always,
I
actually.
see. I see.
That is like only half a joke.
I'm waiting for the podcast episode about Squindos. I'm waiting for you guys to start your podcast about being a Squindo hater. Anyway,
Revenge of the Squindo.
at the risk of pointing it out and making you embarrassed so you don't do it anymore, Rose, I love the little laugh that you do. You just have like this short and high-pitched little laugh you do when you're like really genuinely like pleased about something, and it's extremely cute.
Oh no.
You just did it. It was very cute. It's like 2 notes. It's like a
Yep.
It's so cute.
Oh, good. Tell me you didn't hear the snort I did earlier.
It didn't pick up on the mic. But no, it's just like, I know a joke has landed when I hear Rose do the little 2-note laugh. I just like clench my fist and I'm like, yeah.
That's it. That's the
That's
one.
it. Nailed it.
You know, we were talking earlier about. I'm sorry, Hannah. We're about to put you on the spot because you're very cute.
Oh,
no.
no.
You.
Get complimented, nerd.
So we were talking earlier about how much like a kobold my wife is.
No, you can't prove this.
In that she gets very happy about something and she goes all ham on it and like use a bunch of energy, and then she immediately needs to take a nap because of how much energy she used being really cute about something. And then while she is sleeping, sometimes she'll make like little noises, like she'll like start humming and not notice that she's humming a tune. And then I tell her, she goes, "Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I was humming." I was like, no, I wasn't saying that to make you stop. I just was like wondering if you knew you were humming. And she was like, "No, I don't." And then she wakes up and starts making like this little kobold noises immediately, like, and then like she'll go wash her face, and then she'll go and she'll make tea, and she's like, tea, and then you guys, you don't understand what it's like. And sunbeams put her to sleep immediately. She curls up anywhere next to another person. She's out like a light. It is so cute.
We love Rose so much.
Cute.
I feel called out here.
Yeah, but like in a good way.
Yep.
In a loving way. Because
Yes,
we
very,
appreciate
very
you, and that's what
much.
happens.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Get appreciated, nerd. Be
Save
absolutely
me,
fucking
chat.
treasured.
Save me.
Chat will not save you. They stand a little tiny gremlin kobold creature. That
Yeah, they're
lives
here.
in-
It's like
yeah.
you take the kobold part out of it, and that's why they're here for me, because I have gremlin energy, apparently. I have been told this. What do you mean, yeah? Don't agree with them.
I was hoping you were just gonna move past that.
No!
You know, gremlin energy is one of those things that is very difficult to
quantify.
pin down.
Yeah.
And you know, it's just about the vibes. It's the vibes. It's the energy. And you bring that energy, and that's all that I can say.
Nah, see, it's so funny though whenever people tell me I have gremlin energy, because when I think gremlin energy, I think of Sarah, my beloved co-host on our podcast Idle Days, one of my best friends in the world. And the episode that's gonna come out on Friday, which by the way, go subscribe to our podcast channel, by the way. The episode we recorded yesterday that's gonna come out on Friday is the giggliest we've probably ever been while we were recording. Because we were just talking about a bad show, and we were just, because like I got legitimately so salty about anime characters making bad business decisions, and Sarah's just over here vibing, and we're just like bouncing off of each other at like such an, because, okay, whenever I think gremlin energy, I think of Sarah, and so it's weird that people tell me that I have gremlin energy, because I'm like, if you want gremlin energy, you need to go listen to my freaking podcast and meet the... We didn't have time to do an April Fool's episode because I was going to be too busy, but Sarah still wanted to do one. And so she was asking me, she's like, Star, do you want to record like something short and easy for an April Fool's episode? And I'm like, Sarah, I love you so much and I would love to, but I do not have time because I'm buried under 90 different things. And she comes back and she tells me, you know, I actually have an idea for something I can do by myself. And I'm like, what does that mean? And she said, don't worry about it. And then she shows up a couple days later and just messages me an audio file. It's just like, can you upload this to our podcast account and not listen to it? And I'm like, you understand I'm gonna have to, at the very least, look at the waveform to put it into the YouTube video. And she's like, that's fine, but don't listen to it until it goes up publicly. And I'm like, okay. And this freaking gremlin monster recorded a like 15-minute podcast episode without me, in the style that makes it sound like my audio just didn't record properly, and so she like left pauses where I would be speaking.
So she pulled a Garfield without Garfield.
So funny.
She pulled a Garfield without Garfield on our own podcast, and if she ever watches this, she will love that you called it that. Because it's kind of a running joke that freaking I tend to go off on tangents whenever a show makes me angry, which is frequently. And so we've started calling it Star's Beef Corner, where I'm just like, I need to go into my beef corner. Sarah, can I go into my beef corner? And she's like, yeah, rant for like 15 minutes. And I was like, okay, because here's the thing. And she just, like, near the end, just left, like, 5 minutes of this 15-minute audio is just silence, with Sarah occasionally going, uh-huh, uh-huh.
Oh, I love her.
And it's like, and she's like, okay, Star, tell me about your beef. And then 5 minutes of silence.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like,
That
I
is
am
a
feeling
whole mood.
so called out right now.
Very
Commit to
accurate.
the bit.
Commit
have
to
not
the bit.
Had the pleasure to meet Sarah yet, but I
Y'all
love
will.
her.
Y'all will at some point. We got to get her in the voice chat.
Very much.
Oh man.
Mostly because I have plans for her regarding some of your characters. And I know she'll help me.
Have you actually, like, messaged her at all yet, or?
I haven't had the time, and I want to have the adequate time to do so.
Fair enough.
Athena said that she will give me the deets when I need to, but I am preparing things.
Freaking conspiracy.
Chuckles. I'm in
Afraid.
danger.
Yeah.
I'm in danger.
I think out of everybody, let's see. How do you quantify danger, though? That's not fair.
Yeah, Jay, rank us on a scale of 1 to 10. How in danger are all of our characters? Ready, go.
I think in terms of being the least in any actual danger, Vernon.
Really?
Yes. Like he definitely has a very high stakes, and there's a bunch of like things going on, but ultimately whatever happens, Vernon will be fine.
Pisses off
so-
Emery again.
So true.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Emery is pretty high stakes. Everything that's happening to Tim has kind of already been done to her, really.
Oh, good.
So like, there's not imminent danger. It's just danger that's happening.
How much does emotional danger count?
Emotional damage.
Oh, there's gonna be some emotional damage.
I'm afraid. I'm afraid.
Rethgirther is in a fair amount of danger, but to be fair, Mildred could just choose to not do that. So
Mildred
that's
could
a
just be
little
like,
bit-
hey, what's over there?
What's over
and then
there?
just Radgirther refusing to deal
Yeah.
with her problems,
But-
walking away.
But I need Rethgirther to
I know.
follow her storyline.
I know.
I
I need her to follow her storyline.
If it wasn't for what Vernon did to Ulkavan, Maldris would be in the most imminent danger out of the entire party.
Yeah, that tracks.
And I think, honestly, probably even still, I think probably they're in the most danger of that party specifically. But moving into Menace and Movement, man, there's a lot of problems with Menace and Movement.
That's the Thursday game for the audience.
Yeah, that's the Thursday game.
That's the one I'm drawing right now.
Tony just bled, practically, Tony just bled a lot of heat off of the party. So that's, there's a lot of things that just don't matter anymore in terms of what the danger is. So I think,
Nothing really matters.
yeah,
The whole Thieves Guild is dead. Not dead,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean.
if Vale decided that they didn't want to do this anymore, they would be completely fine, I think. But unfortunately, because that's not their current mindset, they're in a lot of danger. Verity is obviously in a very large amount of danger. Like a very large amount of danger. But I think, honestly, topping the list, gotta be our boy Annie.
What?
Oh.
How? What?
What? Oh, shit.
How?
I am
Oh,
so
shit.
sorry.
Necromancy, 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 necromancy.
There's such a huge amount of imminent danger personally coming
What does
for
it mean?
Haha, I'm
What
in
does it mean?
danger.
What does it mean?
Not gonna tell you, Zoe.
I'm so scared.
I mean, if you want me to, I will tell you.
No,
Fine.
I'm what? Okay. which, like narratively, not geographically, which direction is it coming from?
Left.
Oh, start!
What?
This is difficult. The answer is what you're worried about, but it's not in the way you're worried about it.
What does that mean?
I have a guess, but I've been told I'm not allowed to tell you my guesses.
I was not anticipating being this scared. I am so scared.
Cause like, here's the reason. Like, Verity is absolutely the center of a bunch of like huge cosmic consequences. But like,
and she hasn't quite figured that out yet. Is the fun part.
Does it have to do with the little vignette that you shared with me the other day?
Absolutely, it does.
No, not my hot goth GF.
her hot, not necessarily her hot goth grandma GF.
No, don't. We are the same age.
It's fair. That's fair.
We are the same age. She just happens to be not.
Well, she'd be a little older because isn't Annie in his 80s?
Yes.
He's
but she's
actually. I looked at his character description or his like intro description that I wrote. He's actually in his 60s, so she is a little bit older than him.
Wow,
like she's at least 90.
Yeah, you're
because
so
she remembers
young for
stuff
an
that
elf.
happened 90 years ago.
Yeah, Annie is a teenager.
He's a baby.
Late teens.
Pinches cheeks.
Late teens, yeah. Wild.
Pinches him.
Yeah, we're talking like human lifespan versus elf lifespan, right?
If we're not talking about the party, the person in the absolute most danger, let me think. Out of all the like the NPCs that you guys like actually like and are on your side, Kenny's not in danger anymore.
Rodin's got to be up there.
Rodin is in a lot of danger. There are some other mystery NPCs that you were very close to discovering that are in a huge amount of danger.
Don't you dare hurt Beyonce.
Here's the problem. Beyonce, I think, is in the most danger out of everything.
That's what I thought you were gonna say.
Yeah,
we already knew that though. She's got a
huge storyline of things coming.
The narrative. Watch out on the horizon. The narrative is coming. Oh God. What is happening here? Hello? Oh, it's
Hey Zoe, chat would like to know if you also chewed the drywall.
No. No.
Crunch,
I'm fine.
crunch.
I'm fine. Don't look under my desk. I'm fine.
Yeah, she eats her non-bread chips and tears apart little eraser bits.
Don't look at all of the crumbs. I'm fine.
Crumbs, yeah.
Things are fine.
That's very Tim Tam core. Like, there's just crumbs
what
everywhere.
What does that mean?
Like, Tim never shows that she's really stressed out, but there's like a bunch of crumbs fucking everywhere. Like,
it's how many like little sticks and stuff she has stuffed in her hair.
It's the cookie crumbs.
Oh.
You know, the ones that her friends wouldn't take.
I was gonna say, there's not as many crumbs because nobody ate them, because nobody loves me.
Listen!
Nobody loves
moment.
Me! Bait! Num 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 num.
Rose!
Rude.
The best part is that Rose gets to watch what's left of us and know all the background stuff, and then she gets to come and play with us in another game that is basically tangentially tied in, and it's ooh boy.
Yeah, Jay doesn't tell me, I guess, and then he tells me if I'm right.
Because it's like a game.
Yeah, like a game.
Yeah, I have put together like 3 puzzle pieces of the vast puzzle piece puzzle that is Tim Tam's story, and I hate her parents.
It'll be fine. That's not your call. Like she could end up loving her parents. You don't know.
Tim Tam could have a very different feeling towards them than I do.
She might. Who knows?
I
Not me.
don't like them.
The better part is that
Listen.
you're now in the old forest.
Uh-huh.
You mean the
It's
high
fine.
forest?
Or the high forest.
Where everybody
pardon
goes to party!
Oh, so what I'm hearing is there's also one in the old forest. Is that what you're saying?
Or the
me.
short
There
forest.
is. I don't think there's an old forest, actually. I think I'm just...
Then why'd you slip up?
Because I slipped. It happens.
Slipped on a banana peel that he himself put there!
I'm sorry. Sorry, it wasn't a banana peel. It was
Sorry?
a corn husk.
Oh no, the consequences of my own actions.
It was a corn husk. How could it be a banana peel?
That's true. Very true.
What are corn husks if not the banana peels of the corn?
Deep thoughts with Zoe B. Live on stream.
This is what you all come here for.
In this 45-minute video, I will talk about the philosophical relation between corn husks and banana peels. Please.
But one is yellow on the outside and the other one's yellow on the inside. So how does
Until it's
that
First, we have to take a moment to talk about today's sponsor.
Hey.
Listen, I'm about to be guilty of it too. It's fine. You gotta make that bank, you know?
Yeah, folks.
Gotta pay the
listen,
bills somehow?
I just
Sponsorships
turned down a
pay.
sponsorship because they
That's
didn't
true.
want to. They couldn't pay. They couldn't match my price,
True.
and I felt like I'm too good for y'all. But at the same time, it was just like they were severely lowballing me for what they wanted me to do.
I think I would actually take Raid Shadow Legends money as a bit. I would fucking love that. That'd be so
Oh.
funny. I would love it.
Is that the thing that like spams everybody to
Yes.
to do things for them?
It is so easy to get a Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship that you could catch one by walking near a streamer's house.
You make it sound like a disease.
Yes.
Oh god, I caught Raid Shadow Legends. Fuck.
Uh-huh.
Before you come into this house, you have to take a Raid Shadow Legends test.
Right. Listen, if
Are you
anyone,
comparing it to COVID?
Yeah.
if anyone from Raid Shadow Legends would like to say otherwise, fucking prove me wrong. Stop being so easy.
Oh damn.
Shots fired.
Wow.
You are a mobile game, god damn it. You were level 1 diagnosed
Running
with
those Raid Shadow Legends. It's like the zombie apocalypse, but it is led entirely by Raid Shadow Legends sponsorships. This zombie apocalypse is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends, and then just people screaming and running through the streets. I like this universe that we're putting together, this storyline that we are building as a team. Collaborative storytelling is coming up with a YouTube version of the apocalypse where the patient Zero has been diagnosed with Raid Shadow Legends.
And a case of the bears.
You want to talk about bears? Let's talk about the bears in Raid Shadow Legends!
Bear fight in Raid Shadow Legends. New character, bear.
It's just a bear.
Who's for Patient Zero of Raid Shadow Legends? Oof, it's been around for so long. That's a really hard thing to pin down. You might be entitled to compensation.
Well, yeah, that's what they're giving you the sponsorship for. Is
The
giving you
sponsorship money is the
compensation, right?
compensation.
A well-armed bear.
She's so grumpy.
Grumpy, grumpy, grumpy.
I can't help it, man. Grumpy characters are fun to draw. I love my grumpy girlies.
So you don't have to actually answer this, Star, but I saw a question way back that was amusing to me for outside of the stream reasons, someone in chat asked if you could live anywhere other than Texas, where would you live, Star?
Oh gosh, what a question. Not like we're actively like hurting our feelings with Zillow listings over like every single day or anything.
Oh,
Nothing is set in stone yet, but we're all kind of like fantasizing about our eventual North Carolina streamer commune. Content house on the beach. We're all just gonna move into Zoe's basement that she totally has.
we're gonna dig out a basement for Zoe, and then we're gonna live there.
And then we're gonna live there. It's for us, actually.
I'm sorry, you're gonna. It's all sand and water. Are you gonna live in the water?
Yes.
So we're just gonna make a little beach in your backyard. It'll be fine.
You're gonna make a pool under my house.
Yes.
Yeah, and then the
Okay,
sand behind
great.
the house, the pool under the house, it'll all
Sure.
work out.
Yep. That definitely will be fine for the structural integrity of my home.
Yeah.
I can't imagine anything going wrong.
Listen, I'm an engineer and an architect. I'll do it. It'll be fun.
I'm apparently a kobold. I'm sure it'll work out. We're not known for
Subterranean
or anything.
Subterranean content house. Let's go. Like, content creators, move to LA? No. Move to North Carolina? Yeah. Zoe just keeps talking about how nice it is over there.
It is perfect here. The weather is lovely because we are right on the coast, and so we get that nice ocean air that is very fresh. It's warm. It doesn't snow hardly at all.
As I look outside and see the slush falling from the sky.
There
Yeah.
was freezing rain on the window this morning, and I'm still sad.
And the thing is, it's warm most of the year, but it also doesn't get all that hot because we have the ocean to help keep the temperature a little bit more
Yeah.
temperate. It's the air quality is very, very good.
Do you guys
and
think
plus,
that if
I'm
I made
here. I am here.
That's
Do
it.
you guys think that if I made a storytime video about moving to North Carolina, I could write off all the moving expenses on my taxes?
Oh,
Literally,
please.
yes.
Write
yes.
off my mortgage on my taxes!
Yeah, beautiful. I mean, you already could do that, but
Yeah, you.
I mean,
you
I
can.
do partially. I have a
Good.
home office exemption, so.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's something we're all talking about, even though we're in Canada and it is just a kind of a dream right now. But like, maybe it's hard to say, right? The real reason I'm really focusing on it is I get me wrong, I love my friends, but Canada has free healthcare, and I am a disabled man, so the real reason I'm
Yeah.
thinking about it mostly is because where I live right now, the climate is changing so badly that we are in the newly forming Tornado Alley of Canada, and there is forest fires every year now, and I'm disabled in a way that makes my lungs bad. My lungs are bad. My lungs are real bad. Bad lungs over here. Lungs bad, bad lungs, and lungs bad, can't breathe smoke, bad lungs. So that's the problem. If I can't breathe for most of the summer, that is a huge issue. So
Yeah, you were struggling a lot with that last year, I remember.
yeah, and I
Yeah,
have
you need-
family living right down there too. So like it's
You need to be like one of those Victorian like tuberculosis patients who moved to the coast for
the
their
airs,
health.
you see.
Yeah.
We'll just get you into fun, love. You'll be fine.
Yeah. I mean, another option too is that we start making enough money that we can afford to support a house down there that we can go to for a certain amount of time during the year and then go back and forth, which would be ideal, actually, I think. Because then we could still hold a place here, and I can have all my healthcare when I need it, and then I've got family and friends here that I adore and love, and I don't want to leave. But like, sometimes you gotta figure stuff out, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I am a sick Victorian child. Yes, thank you.
Sly,
the
why
vapors.
would you
Pale
do
as
that
star.
to me? Don't give me all the snow, Sly.
I
These
did that while
guys
she was
bully
drinking.
me because I'm like, right whenever we do video chats for our Thursday game, and fucking Solari keeps making making jokes about me being a Victorian ghost because of the way the windows are right next to my setup. It like reflects off my skin and makes me look super fucking pale. And I'm
We are
like,
seeing through her. She is translucent.
no.
It is.
And then Jay once was like, the beacons are lit.
I feel
Gondola
your
calls
pain,
for aid, and I was like,
Star.
shut up. Hate this for me.
Last time I talked to my brother, he made a joke about me moving to Canada in order to get a tan. So I feel your pain.
Yep.
And meanwhile, Jay looks like he's in an angsty movie flashback all the time.
It's true. I'm always in the
24/7.
shadow realm.
Yeah. I took a screenshot of that one time because it was just funny. And so I just have that saved on my computer now. That's what I knew I was forgetting to do something on Barbfin. I forgot to give him little hair highlights. I'm a fool. I'll have to go back and do that in a sec. How do you guys enjoy this vocal fry?
We love some good vocal fry.
Jay, no, people are gonna leave mean comments.
Cringe.
Work on your
Cringe.
vocal fry. I've gotten that comment before of someone
I
being like,
have also.
work on your vocal fry. And I'm like, make it worse? You got it, bud.
Listen, I actually blame the little bit of vocal fry that I have on the 12-hour stream that I did one time reading Lovecraft for, it wasn't 12 hours, it was like 8 hours straight, that I read the entirety of At the Mountains of Madness for charity.
Yep.
And like, yeah, I had tea and shit, like it was fine, but I feel like my vocal cords are not the same after that. So I did this for you. Listen, I did this for all of you. I sacrificed for the content.
Uh-huh.
This is what happens.
Also, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with people. Vocal fry always sounds sexy. So maybe people can just shut up a little bit. Would be really cool.
Yeah.
Stop commenting on our voices.
Yeah, maybe just like don't comment on things about the YouTubers that you watch that are like objectifying. Maybe
Yeah,
don't.
see, Craig is absolutely correct. People tend to only ever complain about vocal fry and women, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Because again, I could talk like this for hours, and people would fucking love it.
It's like my
But-
fucking favorite VTuber has like that super duper low crunchy voice, and I'm just like, yes. It's relaxing to listen to, and I was getting so self-conscious when I was recording the narration for the D&D video, because I could like feel the vocal fry, just when I was like talking normally, and I was just like, should I? Nah.
Yeah, it's funny.
No,
once
okay.
you become a public figure or like public facing figure, you start to learn all of the little things about yourself that other people notice, and that's an exciting journey. Whew,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
real fun.
Yeah, if you ever wonder what people see and talk about behind your back about you, just become a content creator. I guarantee you it's not what you think it is.
Yep.
Guarantee you. You'll
Nope.
get new
Yep.
and exciting self-consciousnesses.
Mhm.
Too real.
Mm-hmm.
I asked about that.
I'm trying to remember what some of the ones I've gotten were. Oh, someone just said, people have just told me that I'm annoying because I'm like I get too excited about things, and they're like, oh, why are you so annoying? I'm
But-
just like,
But I love your excitement. It's one of your best features.
Yeah, people say that I
you.
talk with my hands too much, and like, first of all,
It's
my
the Italian
grandparents.
showing.
Yeah, my grandparents moved here from Italy. Like, it is in my blood. I can't
Not
help
talking
it.
with your hands.
Yeah, I talk with my hands a lot too because I'm fucking French.
So do I.
Oh. Yeah, exactly. So first of all, you have to remember that all these people are coming in to watch us do our thing and then complaining when we are us.
That just sounds dumb to me.
yep,
Yeah,
it is.
It's stupid. So yeah, that's why we don't listen to those things. It's mostly just like annoying. You're just like annoying us, is what you're doing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But they're
So-
petty
Like, hey,
enough
there's
to comment on like over hand gesturing, they can just go watch someone else. Obviously, they favor something else, so why leave a comment just
Yeah,
for
or
that?
also, like, just listen to the video. You don't have to watch.
That
Mhm.
Yep.
But yeah,
Yeah.
basically, whenever I get comments like that, it's just like, thanks for the algorithm boost, and then I click like the hide from channel. Like, bye. Like, thanks for the
Yeah.
algorithm boost. I will be okay if I never hear from you again. Very well.
Yeah, exactly.
Blocked.
You know, this is a good time to tell everybody that what really helps content creators is when you like and subscribe and leave a comment, especially. So if you leave a
the
comment,
like button.
you're helping. You're helping us, really. And it's funny because if you leave a shitty comment, you're helping us, and we can ban you.
Yeah.
Which is so nice of all of you to do that.
I think I talked about this in my stream the other day, but I don't remember. But for those who were not there for that one, I'm not actually going to put this in the has-been video because it would be far too petty, and I'd get hate comments just about this. It's like starts being a bitch, and I'm like, yeah, but whatever. It's like it's a little too bitchy for me, but I like to giggle about it behind just to myself. Because I've gotten warnings from people about how the has-been fandom is very passionate, and maybe not super welcoming of people who have criticisms about their favorite show. And so I had a lot of people in my Discord who were excited about it, but then they were talking about it's like, yeah, just be careful because you will get hate comments. And so I was like, part of me just wants to put this thing in the front of the video that says, and if you're just here to like leave a hate comment because you love the show so much and you are mad that anyone would deign to criticize it, your comments will only make me stronger. Hate comments or positive comments, they all help in the algorithm, and I'm just gonna block you anyway. So if you really want to like fucking what? If you really want to hurt me, the worst thing you can possibly do to me is not not comment. You can just walk away from the video, and that is the worst thing you could do to me. Because if you leave a nasty hate comment, not only am I just gonna delete the comment, you're also helping boost my video in the algorithm. So like, you know. You guys got so quiet. Now I'm
Honestly,
self-conscious.
you should keep that in. No, I
No,
like
the-
listening to you rant. You should do
The
it.
video is already gonna be 45, 50-ish
Okay,
minutes.
and that's a total of what, like 30 seconds?
Mother,
I don't
hello,
want to
friends.
rile people up, right? It's like it's already a video on like such a series that like has so much energy behind it, good and bad. It's just like I don't want to encourage the vitriol, right? And can I just say like just say my piece here? I am so scared of the cast-off fandom eventually being like that feral. My legitimate worst nightmare is people like saying, oh yeah, Cast-Off's a good comic, but the fandom is really scary and it makes me not want to read the comic. And I'm just like, no, I have legit nightmares about that shit. It's just like, I am grabbing you all by your collective shoulders and looking you in the eye. If you are ever like weird or toxic or like an awful person to other people, because if you guys ever, this is my mom voice, if you guys ever act like the has-been fandom acts, I'm disowning you. Cause like, I've gotten so many comments of people saying that they really enjoy the community, and we want to keep it that way, all right?
Yes, Mom. Whatever you say.
Thank you. Zoe. Yeah, new fandom member Zoe B.
Listen, I can be a fucking cop in your comments. I'll do it.
Oh, maybe don't be a cop, but
Zoe B. Comment cop.
Yeah, I can keep people in line. I'll do it. I will put myself in the line of fire.
I was trying to think what's the fandom.
sanctity.
I was trying to think what's the fandom version of a nightstick that you could be like slapping into your hand menacingly.
The band hammer.
Okay, see, that's better than what my millennial mind immediately jumped to, and I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Oh no! Yeah, a rolling pin. A rolling pin for the pizza.
For the pizza!
A big marble one.
It's funny though because it started as a joke, but I do genuinely, if Cast Off ever gets like famous enough that we get an animated adaptation, I do kind of want it to be a musical. Like, there doesn't need to be songs in every single episode. I want to be able to, you know, occasionally listen to the music from the show, just like in my car or whatever. That would make me very happy. I think it would be neat. Me holding up the musical, my like musical theater playlist. I just think they're neat. Cast Off the Musical. I do have a Cast Off the Musical playlist though. It's just a bunch of like Broadway show tunes that I think line up with the with what the story is about. I have a whole playlist about it.
I just made myself feel old.
What did you do?
Well, technically you helped.
Ah!
I got talking about musicals, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember singing along with Doris Day as a kid.
Who?
Doris Day?
Who?
Oh no.
Oh my god. So do you know what VHS is? Zoe? So do you know what cassette is? Yeah, do you know?
Zoe, have you ever heard of a Walkman?
Zoe, please.
We've gone from Zoe B to Zoe bullying.
I didn't say anything.
I just want to know if you're serious or you're joking right now.
I do know who Doris Day
Okay.
is. Also, I'm looking over at it like you can fucking see it. On my bookshelf, I have an old-timey radio that also has a cassette slot in it, like for tapes. But the
Was
thing
that
is,
something that got left behind in your house and it's an ancient artifact unknown to you?
The gnomes
yes, and
left
so
it.
what I did is they make these really cool things that are converters from tape to USB-C, so I can put the tape end in and then connect my phone to it, and I can play from my phone through this old-timey
First of all,
fucking radio, and it's like fun.
I like that she says it's an old-timey radio, but it has a USB hookup and it's got a cassette.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't have
No,
USB. It does.
It's like a tape with a cord that comes
Yeah.
out of it that's got a USB on the end, and you put
I
it in
bought the tape
old-
thing that
old
has the
tape
USB
player.
cord attached to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's an add-on that's like a tape.
Yeah,
How
I bought the
old-timey
thing.
are we talking about then? If it uses
Well,
cassette?
it looks
Late
It
90s.
looks- no. Listen, yes,
listening.
probably, but it is modeled after old like 1920s, 1930s. Right here, I
Okay.
can send you a
Okay.
picture in the fucking group chat if you're gonna.
Okay. Yeah, I need to know. I need to know
Fucking
how
decor.
much to
Drag on your.
Yeah.
I'm feeling
Also,
winking
I'm not
Naomi.
that
Have
young.
you... A baby.
I don't know.
I legit thought that you were describing an old-timey radio, quote unquote, was one of those things that have a cassette and a CD player, and I was
No,
like, wait
I
a second.
had one of those
That-
as a child.
I suppose that is old-timey, isn't it?
I am feeling so attacked.
Zoe, do you know what a record player is?
Yeah, I know what these things are. Yes,
She's never seen one with her own two eyes, but she knows that they exist.
I have one downstairs.
The ancient relics.
I own a VHS player and VHSs.
Did you get them at the antique mall?
No! I don't. What do you want from me? What do I
No,
have to
the family
do to
heirloom.
prove myself?
Family heirloom.
It's just so cute because Zoe's like, I almost say canonically, like she's a video game character. Zoe is the same age as my younger brother, and it just makes me giggle.
Yeah, so you know we're not that young.
Baby.
Tiny, little.
I'm in my mid-20s. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. Where is it? I can't wait to see it.
Post the pics. Post
I need
the
to
pics.
give me 2 seconds and I will post it in the group chat.
1
Jeez Louise.
Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. ¿Dónde está?
Zoe was a teacher. She knows how to deal with this exact sort of taunting.
Zoe, you can't see this chat on my Discord, but we were talking about the Dungeon Meshi necromancy lesbians. And Savannah has taken up the mantle of posting so many necromancy lesbians in my mod chat that I'm gonna have to send you later. We love them.
We do.
And there she is in the chat.
Zoe's focusing. Oh, you were right.
See, I fucking told you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
You can even see my stack of fucking tapes next to it, because I actually listened to them.
Zoe.
Where is this
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, all right,
This would
this
make you
wigged
Actually
me
really
out.
like that.
this
The
would
way
be
that
as
this-
old.
The
As-
way
as
that this
me-
photo looks, and it has like it looks like I thought this was a fucking cartoon image. Zoe, do I have permission to pop this up on the stream for a few minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, because I just need to show everybody else. This is a fucking optical illusion. This looks like a fucking cartoon-ass radio. Look at it. It's got like the black outline around it. I looked at this and I was like, that's a goddamn cartoon image that you've just shown us.
But it also looks, if you ignore the middle top dot, it kind of looks like a crying face that's wailing.
Aww.
Oh,
It's so sad.
Mom says it's my turn on the Xbox. I don't even know what an Xbox is. It came
She
after my
didn't know
time.
what Doris Day was.
All right. Goodbye, cartoony radio.
I just want to know if any of those are mixtapes.
Let me go grab them, because I don't know what they are off the top of my head, because they came with the fucking house.
Oh, okay. Well, then you wouldn't want any of them to be mixtapes.
Yeah.
Zoe just inherited so many things with her house. Book about
What?
gnomish pooping rituals.
It's about gnomes
100-year-old
in general.
dictionary. Yeah, but it
But
taught
it
us all
has-
about
The
the
dictionary
gnomish
was
pooping
mine.
song.
The
If you guys
dictionary was
want,
mine.
if you guys want to know about the gnomish pooping song, I talk about it in a video. But it's also mentioned briefly in What's Left of Us, our D&D show that you guys should go and watch.
Okay,
Very
so
I talk about it briefly in my Little Nightmares video.
all right. So there are 6 tapes. Well, 7, but one of them is Disney Christmas music that is unopened, so that one doesn't count. 3 of the tapes are big band music. We have Benny Goodman's Greatest Hits, Big Band's Best, and the Glenn Miller Collection, because I fucking love horns. You can quote me on that. Big
That's why
band
she's playing
music,
Tiefling.
one of my favorites. Thank you, Star.
You're
2
welcome.
of them
You sound so defeated there.
2 of
Thank
them
you.
are musicals. We have Phantom of the Opera and
Ooh.
Les Mis. And the final one is the Moody Blues, Days of Future Past.
That's an X-Men movie.
Days of Future Past?
Jesus Christ.
not
I'm sorry.
here right
the
now,
Moody
Zoe.
Blues are fucking wonderful, and I will not hear this slander.
It's not slander. It's real. Days of Future Past.
I
is an X-Men
know!
movie.
Yeah, it was a Moody Blues album first. What year is
Well-
this from? It doesn't say. What year are you from? It doesn't say.
I think X-Men is unfortunately, X-Men seems to have captured the social zeitgeist a little more.
Days of Future Yes, is what Knights in White Satin is from. Jesus Christ. Uncultured. Absolutely uncultured.
Just the Foley work of hearing these albums getting like thrown around and slammed
I'm
shut.
stacking them. I am stacking them very carefully.
Speaking of X-Men, though, X-Men 97, continuation of my old favorite cartoon.
It's doing okay. Yep. It's not a bad adaptation at all. I'm very happy.
There are a couple things I'm going wet on, but overall, I am very happy it was made. I've only seen like 2 episodes though. I may have been a little obsessed with Rogue and Gambit as a teenager.
I couldn't tell by all the art in your house.
Yeah, see, Star came to the house,
Call out post!
and she's first of all, she's a literal anime girl in real life.
Yeah.
So when we surprised her, she just turned to the side. We couldn't find her anymore. She's just 2-dimensional.
All right. Anyway, I'm drawing Naomi now. I'm not gonna have time to finish her this stream, probably, but I finished the other 2.
Naomi is so goddamn cute.
She's adorable!
But I kind of see why you said Naomi can get whatever the hell she wants. With especially if you are saying Meldris is the one in the most danger.
Jinx's characters is just like one of them fucking going through it. The other one, perfect angel baby who is just getting everything she wants, and she wants to be a monster hunter.
I mean, it wasn't like Naomi hasn't had to go through anything,
No.
but
She
at
was
the same
accessory
time-
to murder.
She was accessory.
He
to murder, and
was
that
fine!
No, she was not fine.
No, the
But-
dude was fine in the end.
The dude was fine in the end, absolutely.
His family had the money to revive him. It was fine.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's not pissed about it at all.
Are they going to be hunting Cora down?
If they haven't caught her already.
No, my girl! My baby girl!
I mean, she is baby girl a little bit. You're not wrong.
You know what would
There's
be
so
fun?
many baby girls.
She is...
Naomi is baby girl, Cora's murder baby girl.
Oh, and
Daddy?
Daddy isn't?
Yes, huh?
You know what would be really fun?
Yes.
Doing like a siren squad.
A siren squad?
Yes!
You already have 2 candidates.
That is true. That is very true.
And then Barbin sees that she just goes like, oi!
What would Cora think of Barbfin?
She'd probably be annoyed with him.
Oh yeah, that was part of why I had her leave the party. So I guess for chat, if you, because I think we talked about it on one stream, but if you were not here for that, Cora was the character that I played in this game before I played Annie, my lovely wizard necromancer, who is the sweetest. He can do no wrong. He is perfect. But before him, I played Cora, who was a warlock, who she was based on the myth of the Selkie, which is basically a woman who is a seal most of the time, and then they come to land and shed their seal skin, and they're also very similar to like sirens. They do a lot of like drowning people who are terrible to them.
And if you steal their
And-
skin, they can't return.
Yeah, and if their skin gets so like there are some in the like mythology, there are some stories of men who would steal, because they're like these gorgeous women when they come out of their seal skins, and so there are men who would steal their seal skins and essentially like kidnap them and force them to marry them, and they would hide their skins so they couldn't return to the ocean. And if a woman's seal skin was destroyed, then they could never become a seal again, and they were basically stuck in human form, and it was this like genuinely like traumatic and heartbreaking myth, essentially. And so that was what I built her around, was this woman who was a Selkie, had her skin was taken, probably destroyed, and she made a pact with a like underwater ocean eldritch being to get it back so that she could rejoin her family in the ocean. But her thing was she hated men, and she thought that all men were pigs and were deserved violence. And turns out that when you make a character who is very angry and has no problem with violence, you need there's a particular type of party dynamic that sort of character fits within. And it was not until I played her for like a session and a half that I realized, you know what, maybe this party is not really right for her. And so, and also she was just sort of like outside my comfort zone in that she was very aggressive in a lot of ways, and it was just not something that I was used to playing. And so I was like, you know what, let me just switch her out. She will go off, sort of do her own thing. And I brought in my lovely boy who has done no wrong.
So Adam is Lovelace.
Never did a wrong thing in his life.
But yeah, Cora was going to get a mention, just like extremely briefly in Naomi's backstory, like in her introduction, before I decided, oh, the cast should say their own introductions, because then it would, like, you know, let people get used to the sound of their voice and be like, hey, this is what the character sounds like, and this is them introducing themselves. I thought that was better. And then I mentioned Cora in Naomi's backstory, like in her little intro. And then when Jinx rewrote it, she just kind of like didn't mention it. It was like, okay, bye, Cora.
Yeah, it's fine. Like,
Yeah.
Cora was the one who did the murder, and she had no problem. It was literally, she was like, she met this girl, and was like, oh, you're like having some problems. Do you want to tell me about it? And Naomi was like, yeah, there's this guy, and my parents would have forced me to marry him, and he's trying to track me down. And Cora was just like, dope, okay, I'll fucking murder him for you.
Do you want me to kill that guy for you?
And so she did.
And then she did.
Oh, Naomi, looks like we have to kill that guy.
Damn.
And then he died.
Rip. Rest in pepperonis. To that guy. What's his actual name? Because we just keep calling him like Sir Buttface or whatever.
Prince Doofus?
Doofus?
Yes.
Hold on, he has an actual name. Give me a second.
I have no idea what it is because we've only ever called him Prince Doofus.
Prince Doofus, McFloofus, Doofus.
Fudumpadump.
Wait a second. I'm a DM of grace and style and wit, and therefore, listen. And
I'm
therefore, I wrote down everything, everything good and lovely in the world. And therefore, I wrote down everything. Okay, I have a note here that literally just says Prince Doofus. Give me a moment.
I can see the problem is that I can't give Jay too much grief because there's characters in Cast Off where it's just like, I haven't said their name yet because I don't remember what it is, and I haven't settled on one yet.
I have it, and you are going to hate it. This man deserved to die.
Oh.
He is 1. Duke Reginald Cavendish, Oathborn the Third.
Oh, bud.
Wow. Oof.
He's Prince Doofus.
Cavendish. Oof. That's one of like those fucking just names.
Reginald?
Reginald.
Now, I actually can't hate Reginald too much because I have an NPC in my D&D game that I DM whose name is Reginald, and he's just a cute little farm boy. They call him Reggie.
See, I don't like names that sound like real world names is the problem. Like, I name characters like Orn or Fane, Fear. Lena's my closest to being normal, but her name she goes by is Troubleclev.
Todd.
I
don't
am
have any
definitely one of
Todds.
those people who likes the normal names.
I mean, both of your cats have human names, so this tracks.
Yes.
Well, so do yours.
Eh. I named one of my cats after someone else's D&D character, and then the other one is just like, I like this name.
Yeah, my cats are named after TV show characters.
Oh, are they?
Yeah,
I did not know this. Which TV show characters?
from Lost.
Oh, that would explain it. I've never seen that
was
show.
fine. Yeah, I've never seen that either.
Jesus Christ.
Zoe, from what I understand about Lost, I should not watch it because it would just piss me off.
Yeah,
If
I remember right, it was one of those shows that had a big edgy twist at the end, and they're like,
Listen,
and it felt like a cop out.
It was not a big edgy twist. I have so many feelings about this show. The thing is, I think that a lot of people who are frustrated with Lost, there are some reasons I think to rightly be frustrated with it, but I also think that a lot of people struggle with media literacy and struggle with when media asks them to do work. And so that's a problem. And that's all I'm going to say.
Going to assign me homework.
The thing is, I have so many thoughts. And
when's the Zoe Bean media analysis video on Lost?
A lot of them are contentious, and so I don't want to share them, so I will just leave it at that.
Well, no, you can share them here on my stream where like, it's fine. I'm kind of curious now. Let it out, Zoe.
I shouldn't.
Do you want me to toast the VOD after we're done here?
No, it's fine. It's fine. I think, so the ending of Lost is difficult to understand. I don't think that that's a bad thing. A lot of the common interpretation of like, oh, they were dead the whole time, or it's just hell. No, actually, that is not. I suggest you rewatch the show. That's it. That's all I'll say. That's it.
I guess you can't get too deep into it without spoiling stuff, though, too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the reason. That's the reason why I don't want to talk about it. No other reason.
Yeah, you can't spoil Lost. That's not. It's old. It's an old show.
All I know about it is that people were mad about the end, and something about a polar bear.
The bears again!
A lot of the time, people say that, oh, they didn't answer every question. Correct. They didn't answer. There are a couple of things that they left unanswered. And it is true, Terry Wood in chat, they did create questions without actually having answers for them. That is one of my biggest issues with J.J. Abrams as a creator, is he loves the, like, I'm just going to put in these mysteries and figure them out later, when, like,
oh, I've done that with Cast Off. I figured it out eventually, and you guys will never know which one it is, but like, there was a big one for a long time that I did. I'm like, I'll figure this out eventually, and then when I finally did, I'm like, okay, thank God, I was running out of runway.
But there's a difference between, like, there are some definitely solid reasons for critiquing Lost. It is not a perfect show by any means. I think that a lot of the things that people have issues with are silly. And maybe you should watch the show and be a little bit more, what's the word I want to use?
Cognizant? Maybe not.
It's weird.
I think that you should give writers the benefit of the doubt a little bit more.
Writing's hard, dude.
Writing is
It
hard.
is.
But also, for a lot of media, writers know what they're doing. You should trust them, and they should trust you. And maybe all of our media would be a little bit better if we all treated each other like we were actually smart adults who can understand things.
This kind of lines up
That's
with the
all I'm
conversation we
gonna
were having the
say.
other day.
Yeah, just put my my rant about Vaggy from that hotel cartoon back in my head.
That damn hotel show. That one. What color are
Oh, the
Naomi's
cats'
eyes?
names are Charlie and Desmond.
Do we
'cause
remember what
they're-
color Naomi's eyes are?
Probably blue.
I want to say blue. Actually, if I can just minimize, I can look. Oh, her eyes are closed. I can't cheat that way.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. I'm like, oh wait, shit, goddamn.
Actually, I'm the one that did her original art. I can look it up
Yeah. Yeah.
for you. Just give me a moment.
But yeah, Zoe and I were having this conversation the other day because I was talking about, like, I feel like my writing got so much better. This was a thing when I was working on my original webcomic, right? It's like I was very guilty of, like, wanting to overly explain every single thing that was happening in the webcomic because I was so worried that people wouldn't get it. And that's something that I very quickly got over because, like, you know, the instant you start posting something out there and people are looking at it, they're like, oh, so this is this. And I'm like, oh, they get it, and I don't have to just, you know, like, exposit to them constantly. And I remember just, like, I mentioned, yeah, it's so wild that you, like, as you kind of do things, you realize that the audience is actually smarter than you want to think. And Zoe was just, like, slamming her hand on the desk, being like, yes,
I
yes,
literally
yes!
was.
I got an answer for you, Star.
What color are the eyes?
A dark gray.
Ooh, okay.
They're like a couple shades off of black.
Like this? A little darker?
A tiny bit darker.
Okay. Bam. I'm also gonna run this by Jinx too, because, like, shifting just the colors is very easy, even after
Yeah,
I've rendered
That
it, so.
looks really close to me. And I am picky about colors, so yeah.
Yeah.
You made her hair more fun than I did.
Oh, shh. I just like drawing flowy hair. It's fun.
I do too.
Also, she's kind of like in a little bit of an action shot here. I'm gonna just, like, I'm giving her sparkles. You can't make me not give her fucking sparkles.
She has freckles across her.
Yeah,
like,
I'm
nose
gonna
cheeks.
do that in the rendering. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're supposed to look like little sparkles.
Yeah, she's also got, you know, like the streaks in her hair that I just haven't done yet, because I usually do stuff like that on a separate layer because it makes it easier to adjust.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was really fun talking to people about their designs for these characters, because I gave Vale, like, the little freckles along the edge of the face to be like a little clue or a hint towards Akveda with the black sand.
Mm-hmm.
And then Naomi's got the star freckles, the little sparkle freckles, and then Cora actually had seal spots.
Mm-hmm.
Cora was so pretty.
She was my gorgeous little girly.
You know, her clothing wasn't saved for work, but, you know, it was good.
The thing about Selkies is that when they crawl out of the ocean as seals, they just slurp even, out of their seal skins, and are just, like, totally normal not wearing clothes. Clothing is a social construct and is not necessary. And the only reason why she wore clothes is because Naomi was like, hey, maybe you should, like, put some clothes on.
If I remember right, like, Naomi had to try a few times to put clothes on her, and she just kind of shrugged them off once or twice.
And so she was like, okay, fine, but only if I can wear ones that are not restrictive and ideally are see-through. And that was it. So she just basically wore a sheer slip the entire time.
Amazing.
Very normal.
I really liked what we came up with though, because it had like little beads in it that made it look like little water droplets on the fabric.
Ooh. Yes, your art was so good for her.
Naomi and Vale, the two with like complicated hair colors that I gotta go in and render.
Sorry.
No, it's not something to apologize for. It's cool. It's just like I gotta render it now. Hair streaks. Because Naomi's got the hair streaks and Vale's got the like the ombre. I guess Barbfin kind of does too, but his is a lot more subtle. I just like the implications that Barbfin goes to the salon every now and then. Or maybe he, like, dyed his hair a brighter red a long time ago and just let it grow out.
Oh, I feel like the man definitely gets pedicures.
For his fish feet.
Oh shit, that's an idea.
I mean, he also does... We've decided this without consulting Ron about it, but in my head he wears socks and Crocs.
I still love that decision.
I love that picture so much.
It's like, you know, I'm gonna run that by Ron before I commit to it. And I did draw him barefoot in, like, his little opening bit, but in my heart, this man wears socks and Crocs.
So I just had, like, a little epiphany, and I don't know why I haven't had this yet. I was working on a comic for the last 5 years with a partner.
Love you, Star. Keep up the
Unfortunately,
awesome
we have
work.
gone our separate ways, and the comic is no more. I was planning on just cherry picking things I could still use and trying to restart it from a different angle and just start from scratch and use my characters. But maybe I should just scrap it completely and just start up like a Veil comic.
You could.
I mean,
you very
yeah.
easily could.
Mm-hmm.
Also, hang on, I gotta do this really quick. Borklaser 8000, thank you for the 11-month sub. Love you, Star. Keep up the awesome work. Thank you, I appreciate it. Also, Habib Janeed, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you too. People being nice to me in the chat. Thank you. Appreciate you. But no, Rose, you could absolutely do a Veil comic. That would be sick.
I could still do. It wouldn't be the same as the story wherein I would use the original thing I handed Jay that he morphed and played with and turned into Akveda. I would use the original thing I handed him. Though Akveda was pretty cool though. I could do that. That might be a lot easier to write than trying to grab a couple pebbles out of a mountain and rearrange them.
Yeah. I might finish this, Naomi, before the stream is over, actually. I'm going very quickly for some reason.
Well, you're a
Efficiency.
very talented, good artist that is quick.
Yeah, well, thank you. I talk about this in a short that is not out yet, but I basically spent my entire artist career prioritizing speed and efficiency when drawing. Because, you know, when you make a webcomic and you have to post like 2 full-color pages every single week, you learn how to do your shit fast. You
But-
kind of learn where to cut corners and like how to maximize your efficiency.
But your coloring is absolutely beautiful too. I don't know how you put out 2 a week.
Witchcraft.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I forced the fill bucket to work for me because I knew that was going to be the fastest way to color, and so I figured out how to do it. And my other thing is like, part of it is just because this is how I like to draw, but what benefits me is that my inking, my line art style is so simplified. It's really easy to color with the fill bucket. And so it all kind of like feeds into each other, right? It's like that has been my focus for the majority of the time that I've been doing webcomics is how can I do this so it still looks good, but I can go faster. So I always tell people is like, don't be afraid to cut corners a little bit, because you can always, like, as you grow, you'll figure out ways to do things faster.
I've been mainly focusing on refining my line art, and unfortunately my coloring has suffered a little bit. Yeah, that's okay. I think it's mostly my shading that needs work.
Yeah, and I mean, like, don't be afraid to even just allow yourself to only do flat colors, or even like spot colors or something. Because, like, I've seen a lot of gorgeous comics that are, and in fact, if I ever do my Vampire Girlfriend's webcomic, I want to do black and white with spot color. Jay's over there muttering to himself again.
I want this comic. It's gonna be so fun.
Oh, is that what you're muttering about? I couldn't hear you. I just heard your voice being, like, really quiet in the distance.
He was doing that creepy yes thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I've talked about it. Patreon doesn't let you do, like, goals anymore. They removed that functionality for whatever reason. But I was thinking that if I ever get to a point where I can fully sustain myself on Patreon and on the comic, on the one hand, I kind of don't want to do that because, you know, the whole thing about having an unstable income is having multiple streams is a good idea. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, etc. But at the same time, if I was able to support myself on just the comics and I didn't have to worry about the store or my conventions or anything like that, then I could potentially have time to do, like, Cast Off 2 pages a week and then Vampire Girlfriend's comic once a week. And the Vampire Girlfriend story is shorter. Like, I could fit the whole thing in probably, like, 200 pages or less.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Please talk about it more. I love the Vampire Girlfriend's idea. Yeah, so the Vampire Girlfriend's idea, the title is Bloodstream. BS for short.
That's beautiful. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, so the premise is that the main character is she was going to be a college dropout. I might actually have her still be a college student. I don't know. Jay has made this argument and he is being very persuasive that I could bring in my own art school experience as part of it. But basically the main character is either film school dropout or current film school student, something along those lines, and her roommate is a vampiric Twitch streamer. And with the caveat being, like, her whole gimmick is she's a vampire. She does not show up on camera. And so that's, like, kind of her whole gimmick. And there's, like, you know, kind of a story of burgeoning, like, enemies to, not necessarily enemies to lovers, but, like, begrudging roommates to friends to maybe something more, but also at the same time I am getting my dirty little ace hands all over your romance comic because you can't stop me. And yes, the vampire girl is absolutely ace and just has not figured it out yet. And it's a whole conflict of her is like vampires are, like, so sexually charged in all forms of media. And so it's something she battles with. It's like, I have this
Ace
gimmick. This is my gimmick. Yes!
Woo!
There's nothing wrong with it.
Thank you.
We love it.
But yeah, so is that spoilers? A little bit. Do I care? Nah.
There's literally before it comes out.
There's literally a moment, like, towards the end of the story where the main character is, like, listening to the vampire girl, like, talk about how she's like, you know, I love watching people get flustered over me, but then whenever they try to actually do something about it, it just makes me really uncomfortable and I feel like I'm disappointing people. And then the main character just, like, blinks at her and she's like, do you know what ace is? Do you know what asexuality is? Because you're describing asexuality right now. And then she, like, looks it up, passes the vampire girl. The vampire girl's name, working title, her name is Sophie. So she just, like, passes Sophie the phone and is like, here, look at this. And we just get, like, a literal brain explosion panel of her just, like, looking at the main character with, like, stars in her eyes. It's like, there's a word for that! So yes, that is the vampire lesbian rom-com, but also ace comic that I would love to do eventually. This idea has been bouncing around in my ideas for literal years, and I just have not had the time to dedicate it. Also, the reason that Jay is so interested in it is because he is now my consultant for ghost hunting shit, because Former ghost hunter himself, this man's.
I have a deeply cringe past.
But yeah, so the main character is she's helping out some friends who are like recently graduated who are trying to start a YouTube ghost hunting show and not doing a very good job. And then that's kind of how Sophie, the vampire girl, gets involved, is main character who is, I've been calling her Anya. I don't know if that name is going to stick because I'm not like 100% sold on it. But she basically just like kind of swallows her pride and goes to her vampiric Twitch streamer roommate and is like, hey, can you teach us how to like do good social media and shit? And she's like, I guess. And so it's a comic about, you know, not necessarily meeting romantic expectations, but still being able to have a fulfilling life anyway. And it's also about art school. And it's about just like kind of the people you meet will surprise you in unexpected ways. And it's also about how vampires are in their bones. So silly as a concept. I am going like full ham. I'm taking the concept of like all the traditional tropes of vampire stories and I am cranking them up to 10 for maximum comedic value.
Please
like
don't
that,
make them sparkle.
They're not gonna sparkle. I'm talking like the traditional tropes. Like
Okay. Alabaster skin is good. Sparkling is not.
I'm gonna have her carry around a
feelings on
I'm gonna have her carry around a parasol. But also, like, the main character, her idea is, like, or, well, not the main character, Sophie, the vampire, is that she's been a vampire for so long, she's kind of grown out of the goth phase. And she's just like, yeah, you know, I was, like, fucking goth and dark and broody for a really long time, and what I learned is that that shit's boring. And so she just, like, dyes her hair rainbow colors constantly, and she wears, like, she dresses, like, in rainbow colors all the time, and it's her idea is that she's an art school student, but she's like been at the same art school for like 10 years, and she's just like, did you know that as long as you're still in school, you can continue to defer your student loan payments? Eventually, once I get tired of being once I get tired of being a student and I've got like 12 degrees under my belt, I'm just gonna fake my death and move to another city.
We stand a queen.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to read this star. It's amazing.
Yeah,
The
so,
problem
you
is
know...
I can't do the same thing, because everyone knows that my alternate name would be Jake Horn now.
Jake Horn from State Farm.
Yeah. My best name is gone.
But yeah, so that is the comic that I eventually will maybe make, but it's not something that's in the cards as long as... It's like one of those things where I could potentially make time for it if I was earning enough on Patreon and didn't have to focus so much on other things. But it would still be hard, right?
Yeah.
And so I would have to... It would not be nearly as artistically detailed as Cast Off. It would be like black and white with screen tones and like maybe spot colors. So it would be, the art would be way simpler, because that's the only way I could get away with doing it. But yeah, you know, I have like the entire story bouncing around in my head, but none of it's written down, so it would need a lot of, you know, like editing and tweaking and stuff like that. But it's one of those stories where I'd want to get the script done because it's so short. It's like finish the script first and then figure it out from there. Yeehaw, etc.
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 Etc., etc.
Yeah. Have to make this baby girl shiny. She needs to be shiny.
ASMR are kind of like tieflings, but except for like the infernal background, they're angelic, I think.
Celestial, yeah.
Celestial, yeah.
So she's like literally a sparkly angel princess.
Yes.
She has angel in her blood.
She needs the blushies. She needs the blushies.
Blah.
The blushies.
And obviously all the sparkly freckles.
I already
True.
gave her those.
Sparkly freckles.
Yes.
Is she blushing because of the morning wine? Is the idea.
Oh, that was a beautiful scene.
Mhm.
Beautiful in the heaviest of air quotes.
Mhm.
I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it greatly.
Yes, we have come up with a thing in this universe called breakfast wine. And Naomi really likes it.
Baby girl getting day drunk.
Yep. Let her live her life. She's having fun.
Hey, she was with friends that were watching her. She was safe.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, and then I started sparkling.
Oh no, is it contagious?
She needs the sparkles, alright? It's
She
canonical
does.
that she shimmers when she walks around. At least in my head she does.
It fits.
She's baby. We love her. Hang on, my evening computer light is on now and making everything
I love that you were
orange.
like, we're not going to be able to finish Naomi tonight, but we did anyway.
Yep. I'm a liar.
Yeah.
I'm a dirty, dirty liar.
You did Tony, Barbfin, and Naomi in one stream.
Listen.
I'm listening.
Eh.
Where'd she go?
Gonna put some like atmospheric lighting on her, you know, so she kind of fits in the background a little bit. But yeah, I think we're done, gamers. Hang on, let me put them all on
Oh.
screen together.
Let's
Here.
go.
Yeah, the gang.
The gang! Look at these nerds.
The gang's all
Here
here.
do we have Veil's open. I'll just put Veil down here, and then look at the squad. Look at this squad. Naomi's looking a little too orange, I think.
Tony, Truther.
Tiny Tony, and then the rest
Yeah,
of the squad.
You need to like put her really way down in the corner of the frame to make her real tiny.
Yeah.
Just have her
Like-
to be.
Oh yeah, just
Yeah.
here
Do
one
like the
sec.
small Zoe thing.
Yeah, a whole 5% of the frame.
Like, hello, I'm Zoe. I'm very
Hello,
small."
I'm Tony Gunk. I'm very small.
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
I am very small.
Solari is somewhere like, that's it, I'm leaving the party. That was it.
Yeah, Tony Solari just disowns all of us.
It reminds me of the meme of
Tiny
the person
Toon.
pointing at the cat who's trying to get on the table.
Yep.
Tiny Tony. Amazing. Amazing. All right. Well, it's perfect timing because this is around when the stream would have ended anyway.
Amazing. You are
Yeah.
such a pro streamer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking professional. But yes, I hope you guys enjoyed the This means that tonight I can go and do all their little animations.
Oh, that's true.
Yes!
Very true. And then
Because
we'll
I want to
have a
fix
pack of
Verity's
gifts.
too. I've got all the. Yeah, I can get everybody's gifts together. Let's go!
And then all the patrons will get all these really cool gifts.
Yes, 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 yes. All right. But I think this is when we're gonna go ahead and call it a night. Thank you guys for joining me, and thank you to my friends for once again keeping me company while I stream. Makes it a lot easier to get shit done when I'm not having to lead the entire conversation. Yeehaw.
Right? See?
That's my secret.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Using a star?
Yeah. Here, do you guys want to shill yourselves before we leave? I will go ahead and say I do have everybody's YouTube links in the description of the stream. So
Yeah, I am Zoe B. I am very small. You can find me on my YouTube channel, Zoe B. I do video essays. That's
linked
it.
in the description.
I am the Rose Cold. You can find me only on Jay's channel. I do almost all of the art over there, and that's it.
She's a cryptid.
Eh.
Jason Korn. All right.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Anyway, good stream, everybody. Thank you all so much for coming. Shill your shit, or I'm turning the stream off.
Listen, I was going to sacrifice it for the bit. Hi, everybody. I'm Jake Horn. You can find me at youtube.com/@thejcorn. It's where we have all of our What's Left of Us stuff. You should go and follow us there so that you can see all of our really cool stories. And also, if you really want to see my other work, I'm on Start Playing. You can absolutely find me. I have the exact same icon as I am here, except I'm not wall-eyed because I'm a professional DM.
He's a professional DM. But yes.
Now, in
Thank
space.
Thank you, friends, for joining me. And thank you to the chat for joining me. This is our last stream of the week, so next stream will probably be on a Monday. But yes, I will see you all next time. Thank you all so much for coming. Have a good rest of whatever time zone you're in, and I will see you guys next week. Goodbye!
Bye.